rumors of Koivu's recovery surfaced, so did the character of a hockey team once considered hopeless. Tonight, Saku Koivu heroically stands poised to return to the game he loves and the team he captains, standing 2 points from the playoffs. In Montreal, it's not contrite to say hockey is life. And where there's life, there's hope. Just ask Saku Koivu. Saku Koivu returns to the NHL tonight, live here on the new RO. Welcome inside the Molson Center, where everyone awaits the arrival of number 11, Saku Koivu, on an evening where, to be frank, Greg, the hockey seems secondary, and in the big game of life, it actually is. This is an evening where there will be not just an outpouring, but a waterfall of emotion.
Well, it's an extremely emotional night, I think, for anybody that's here or anybody connected with Saku Koivu and hockey fans in general. And there's been an interesting feel to this Montreal area as you walk into the building tonight. The anticipation, everybody is just in such a tremendous mood, just waiting for Saku's moment, which will come shortly.
Well, earlier when the pre-game warm-up began, Saku Koivu came out last, and the people in the building at that time, well, the applause and the ovation deafening, and the building was about 1/5 full. This building will be a complete sellout tonight, and when he arrives on the ice, I am sure there will be another deafening spell. And also, the starting lineups have been handed to us, and as it should be, number 11 will be in the starting lineup tonight. The first 5 skaters on the ice for the Montreal Canadiens, and this team, as it fights for a playoff spot in the Eastern Conference, is now buoyed by the return of their captain. And I think, to be frank, shouldn't expect too much of his hockey tonight. He expects to play 8, 10, maybe 12 minutes. But I think the most important thing, Greg, is the fact that he just gets out there, starts skating around, and restarts his career once again. Now, as we get ready for the time when Saku Koivu does come on the ice, obviously a very special time here in Montreal. As you can see our live shot of the locker room, when that time comes and when the procession from the locker room begins, we will stop talking. We could sit here on the air and continue to talk on about this building and describe it to you. But to be frank, there's not much more that needs to be said. So when the procession from the Montreal Canadiens locker room, which you are looking at live right now, begins, we will stop. And we will take you right up until the anthems and face-off with none of us and all of this here in the Molson Center.
And you can just see the smile to your left of the camera as we look at Saku Koivu's face. And in the warm-up as well, the excitement as he was taking his warm-up and doing what he loves to do best, and that's play the game of hockey. So Theodore getting ready, going through his pregame rituals. There's a smile again. You can just see it. As all the players, believe me, are so excited, so emotional for Saku Koivu, who's a very special individual.
The Ottawa Senators have taken to the ice, and the fans are waiting. The media's waiting as the Sens take their bases. During the pregame warm-up, of course, Yanni Vermey, a Finn as well, skated over at the end of the warm-up and met Saku Koivu at the door before he left to go back to the Montreal Canadiens locker room, and they chatted for a moment. The procession is about to begin. Welcome inside the Molson Center.
Mesdames et messieurs, l'interprétation de l'hymne national. Mesdames et messieurs, la demande de Saku. Mesdames et messieurs, l'hymne national par
The opening face-off when we return. Molson Canadiens Senators Hockey is brought to you by Molson Canadian. It's a Canadian game. By the all-new Chevy 2002 Avalanche, the ultimate utility vehicle. By Air Canada, the official airline of the Ottawa Senators. By McDonald's. There's a little McDonald's in everyone. And by the Casino de Hall, world-class entertainment.
There's never been a better time to rediscover Niagara Falls. Call to book your Niagara Getaway package today.
Discover for yourself the magic of the Casino de Hall's new theater. With a performance hall so spectacular, at le Théâtre du Casino, the show's all yours.
Check out our hotspots. Call for your Toronto guide.
Hi, I'm Terry in Pembroke, and you're watching Ottawa Senators hockey. Check out Cops back-to-back Saturday nights, 8 p.m. on the new RO.
Well, the ovation continued through the anthem. Now we're getting to hockey.
Not yet. Not yet. They just announced Saku Koivu as the starting center iceman.
We'll get to our Tim Horton starting goaltenders in just a moment. Up they come again out of the seats. And Dan Mirowelli is not going to drop the puck until they get this out of their system. If he waits that long, we may be here till midnight because I'll tell you what, it is pouring out of the stands. It is pouring out. Through the middle of the block, down to the line. Hossa tips it in. The puck is cleared back along the boards, but not out. Juno back to his own net to chase it. Juno off the boards and back out to center. Puck is knocked back in. Breezeball. Cross ice to Dykhouse. Dykhouse now weaving through center. Dykhouse inside the line. His shot. Knocked down. Offside the call and a face-off. Back outside the line.
Wow. I don't know what else you can say. That was just an incredible ovation, as expected. And Saku many times asked the crowd to stop because he wanted to focus in and not take away from this game, but of course nobody in this building wanted any part of that. Doesn't that tell the story right there after his first kick?
Happy Snell in hockey to be back in hockey. Hockey extremely happy to have him back. Another offside call and a face-off outside the Ottawa line. Let's get to our starting goaltenders, brought to you by Tim Hortons.
Well, Patrick Aline back in goal again for Ottawa, coming off a performance he would have liked to have had. Certainly the one goal that went out on him back. That long shot that flipped and dived on him, but other than that, another steady performance.
Out of his own zone, Phillips ahead to Arvidsson. Loses control, but now Chera through the middle. It's tipped down inside the Montreal line. Surrey to chase it. Around the boards, Arvidsson knocks it down. Here's Arvidsson off the boards with it. Tied up, and Gilmore comes back to knock down that pass intended for Todd White. Out to center. Here's Zednik. Zednik trying to get in around Chera. Chera sweeps the puck off his stick. Back along the boards. White puts it back to the net for Chris Phillips. Gilmore comes in to check. Phillips turns away from the check of Gilmore. Headmans the puck. 3-on-2 break for Ottawa. Alfredson down to the line. Alfredson cuts in. Alfredson takes a hit as he collides with Petrov. Theodore back to the net. Puck is tipped ahead. And then Gilmore gets it back out to center before taking that check from Alfredson. Back to the line, Salo, who was a question mark coming into this game with a sore shoulder, gets it ahead to Donald Odette. In the corner. Decision puts him into the boards. Up loose in behind the goal. Here's Gino Ojik. Reverses the puck. Here's Donald Odette again. On the boards, he is pressed in. Perreault throws it back to the net. Now Rivet in from the point. Keckren unable to get it out as Ojik holds it in. Here's Ojik along the boards. Back to the net. Salo working to get there ahead of Perreault. Tips it back. Now Juha Jalonen sends it along the boards, but again not out. Skips over the stick of Ojik out to center. Here's McEachern. Got Neal with him. McEachern works it to the corner. Neal goes in together. He's spun around in the corner. The Canadiens with a chance to get it out. Out to center. Here's Bill Lindsay. Flips it down to the Ottawa line. Van Allen has it knocked away from him. It bounces back to the Montreal end. Breezeball to Koivu. Saku Koivu ahead to Lindsay. Lindsay down to the line. Loses the puck. And now Herberger fires it back down inside the Montreal end. Breezeball back up with it for Montreal. Out to center. Lindsay knocks it down inside the zone. Icing waved off. Koivu to the corner together. Back to the goal. Here is Lindsay. Cycles it back to Van Allen. He scored 2 against Ottawa on Sunday. In the corner, Lindsay pressed in by Herberger. Herberger kicks it ahead. Can't clear it out though. Here's Koivu. Jody Hull checks on him. Herberger knocks the puck down. Presses along the boards with Lindsay. Back to the point. Dykhouse. Breezeball. Fires it through looking in front. Lindsay had it knocked away from him, but Van Allen unable to hold it in. Dykhouse winds up, fires it in off the glass. Here's Phillips. Turns with it, clears the puck ahead. And it skips back out to the center ice area. Past Stefan Quintel. Kilger backhands it in again. Aline sweeps it to the corner for Phillips. Phillips headmans the puck. Bonk now. Tries to get it off, it gives it away. Jackal to the backhand, hit high and wide. Juno sends it back to Kilger. Throws it back to the net. Jackal taken off the puck by big Chris Phillips. Now Hossa chips it out to center. Here's Bonk. Down to the line, works it in. Middle out of the net. Clears it along the glass. Back to the point, held in by Phillips, but not for long. Pilger out to center. He collides with Hossa in the neutral zone. Joey Juneau floats it in. And now Bonk back together. Brings the puck ahead. Bonk takes a shot from Pilger after the fact. Phillips now along the boards deep inside the Montreal zone. We've gone 4 minutes or thereabouts without a whistle. Surrey along the boards, pins Iverson in, but he kicks it. Back in front of the net. Petrov steals the puck. Oleg Petrov now. Back the other way. Surrey off the boards and back out to center. Chera knocks it down there. Softly lobs it back to the Montreal corner. Here's Patrice Brisebois. Surrey off the boards. Now Sedman, the former Capital, out to center. Alfredson ties him up in the neutral zone, but he fights his way clear to backhand it in. Along the board. Precision. Ties up along the boards. He gets wrapped up with Petrov. Now down to the line. McEachern moving in. McEachern back in front. Right shot! Misses.
So far the Senators with tremendous jump, the emotion of this building, and just playing in Montreal, let alone the special evening that's been going on, has given both teams a lot of energy here early.
Petrov down to the line. Steered off the glass by Ricard Pearson, who was in for Wade Redden tonight. Redden suffering from the flu. Neal knocks it down, tries to send it into a slot through a tip. That doesn't work. Odette off the boards out to center. Ojic now. Odette who flips it in. Pearson to get it. Odette runs the head of Pearson into the boards. Back up to center. Here's Craig Rivet trying to get away from Juha Jalonen. Off the boards. Perreault at center. Down to the line. Phillips comes across to knock it down. Jalonen. Knocked away from him, but Phillips in the follow-up. Phillips down to the Montreal line. Phillips, his shot gloved down by Theodore. He will hold on. Scoreless in period number 1. An emotional night in Montreal. You're watching Molson Canadian Senators hockey on the new RO.
Thinking about a truck? Well, General Motors sells more trucks and SUVs than any other manufacturer. And for a limited time, we're kicking it into high gear with a big deal on virtually every Chevy and GMC truck and SUV. So what is this big deal? We're throwing in your automatic transmission at no charge. Thousands of trucks and SUVs, all with no charge automatic. Only during the high gear truck and SUV event at your GM dealers. You've always trusted Canada Post to securely deliver the things that are important to you. Now it's a whole new world, so we're delivering in a whole new way. From cyberspace to your place. From your world to around the world. Today's Canada Post. From anywhere to anyone.
Honey, what's with the sweater?
This is my lucky jersey from the year we won Pee Wee. Oh, you laugh now, but wait till I win.
You can win too with Tim Hortons Roll Up the Rim. Just like these lucky winners of GMC Envoys and Sony Home Theater Systems. There's still lots left and millions of other great prizes available to be won. So keep rolling.
Donut! I win! Yeah, winner!
Take a quick third stab at this. Here's our Tim Horton starting goalies.
Well, and there's Patrick Aleem, as I mentioned. A good start to this game already. A subpar performance his last start against the Fleury Montreal Canadiens.
Sednick backhands it out to center, down to the Ottawa line. Chera gets it ahead to Chris Herberger. Goes to the wing, pass to Fire for Jody Hull. Slides down inside the Montreal zone. Quintel touches it up.
And Jose Theodore continues his incredible play. His last 7 games, he's been a star of the game. 14 of his last 15, 20 of his last 26. Unbelievable. He has carried this team right through to a position where they could jump into the playoffs, and many have mentioned him many times for an MVP candidate, and I think he will be after the season is over.
And a handsome young man. Genetically, I understand how that can happen. His mother, I'm led to believe, Gerd Bouchard was telling me, the former Miss Laval back in the 70s. Off the draw. Here's Dykos. Fires it through. That one hits Kilger on the way to the net. Benoit Brunet back in the corner. Phillips down the board. Slides by Chera. Hossa picks it up. Slings it ahead for Bonk. Dackel catches up to Bonk, and the puck is knocked away. Back down to the Ottawa line. Here's Chera. Head to Bonk. And he works it down to the corner. Dykos in to chase it. Dykos trying to get it by Bonk. Bonk stops it up. Gets some support from Brunet. Bonk off the boards with it now. Hossa has it skip off his skate, and Dackel out to center for Joe Juno. Down to the line. Kilger goes to the net. Juno fires it in front. Kilger had to hit the back of his skate. Now here's Dackel. Cycles it back to the corner. Kilger tried to feed Juno with it. Intercepted by Brunet, who then clears it back down ice.
Some excellent jump here by the Senators so far. And talking to the coaches before the game, they thought this would happen. You know, there's been a lot to motivate this hockey club the last couple of weeks in Ottawa because, hey, they're in the playoffs. They've been playing teams that are trying to get in with a lot of desperation for their game. Tonight's different.
White down low to Alfredson. Alfredson back to the point positions. Backhander just floats wide. Salo shovels it back down low. Here's Odette with it now. Sends it ahead, and Koivu tips it back out to center. Arvidsson has it knocked off his stick by Perreault. Arvidsson tried to feed White in front. Couldn't get it to him. White takes a nasty hack from Quintel back to the point position. Tries to fire it through. Can't get it through, though. Odette. Cross ice. Koivu. Fires it in. Bouncing puck, and Lalime will glove it down and hold on. Let's have a look at our keys to the game. Brought to you by Chevrolet. Here's assistant coach Perry Pern.
After playing Montreal the other night, we recognized that one of the great assets that we have is to jump into early leads, and certainly tonight we'd like to get the first goal and make Montreal play some catch-up hockey. I think it's very important that we try to create a little bit more offense tonight, and certainly that will be one of our goals. We're going to try to get more pucks to the net. We're going to be a little bit more desperate in offensive situations, and we have to finish off chances when we create them. Tonight will be an emotional night here in Montreal, and it's important that we match Montreal's level of emotion, and we want to play a little bit more desperate in our game tonight, and certainly that's one of our goals.
Thank you, Coach. Sednik inside the zone. Misplays the puck, and McEachern clears it out. Markov back the other way. Sednik drives, fires, save is made by Lalime.
Good pad save there.
McEachern shields the puck and now sends it ahead. Pearson through the middle. Yolonen inside the zone for Neal on his wrong hand. Backhands it to Pearson. In behind the net, Yolonen sends it back into traffic. McEachern sends it in front. Petrov now. Off the red board, sweeps it ahead, and he is run into the bench by Chris Neal. Chera sends it back down to the Montreal line. Here's Markov with it now to Lindsay. Flips it from center down inside the Ottawa end. Lalime settles it down for Chris Phillips. Now Chera off the boards. Bill McCullough tips the puck ahead. And out to center from the Senators. Jody Hull fires it in. Cross corner dumping. Olchik in to get it. Phillips tries to press in to hold it in the zone. Can't do it. Then gives a little shoulder to former teammate Sean Van Allen. Breezeball now. Backpedal. Sends the puck ahead. Jody Hull works it down deep inside the Montreal end. McCullough spinning his way into the corner. Van Allen sends it to Kyle Dykos. Now Breezeball. Into the boards. Hull takes him. Back out to center, they send it. Shots have been few thus far in this opening period. As that puck goes up and out of play. 10:03 to go in period number 1. No score in this game, and as mentioned, not a whole lot of shots thus far.
No, and it was interesting to hear Perry Pern talk about desperation and getting into high traffic zones. That's what he means by that. 12 chances to score for Ottawa the other night against Montreal Canadiens, and there is the first good chance of the game by Montreal. Sednik, look at the torque in his stick. And Lalime with an excellent left pad save as he reacted and got a piece of it, just enough to make the puck go wide and knock in the net.
Montreal has been outstanding defensively Last 7 games thereabouts, they have given up 7 goals against in their last 7 games. And subsequently, they have lost only 2 of their last 13 games. Hossa floats the puck down inside the Montreal end. Here's Theodore up to play it. There is your best defensive player.
We did see how good they are defending lead.
Hossa can't get out from the corner. Kentel clears it along the boards. Phillips can't hold it in.
Ottawa the other night, I mean, in that third period, the Canadiens just threw a blanket. Look out.
Here's a giveaway. Dapple can't convert. Juno, though, puts up at the line.
Won't get the lead that way.
Phillips having nightmares about that one already. Here's Alfredson. Tied up by Dankos, back to the net. Cleared. Phillips back at the point. Works it back low. Cross-ice pass. White fires it in. Tipped in front by Alfredson. Theodore to save. Dankos off the boards. Takes a swing at it. White takes one. Knocked down by Breezeball. Now Dankos. Back of his own net. He sends it. Breezeball slings it along the boards, and Dackle again trying to get it out. This time achieving his goal. Arvidsson off the boards. Back down to the Montreal line. Ojic loses the puck in the neutral zone. Here's Alfredson. Tried to slide it through. Couldn't get it to Yolonen. Andrei Markov now. This speed out to center. Taken down from behind. Puck is cleared off the boards by Ojic. Not in though. Here's 90. He gets tied up from behind. Now wide open over it. Lines. Fires. Misses. Put the clutch in on his shot and took himself out of position for a good shooting angle. McEachern back the other way. McEachern in front. Neal! His shot high and wide. Neal tries to swing around. Now Ojic. Out to center and down to the line. Here's Odette again trying to get around Shane 90. 90 shoulders him into the boards. And he puts him down. 90 and Odette again. And he got away with it too. 90 clears it, and then he's given a shot by Gino Ojic after the fact. Canadiens back to the line. 90 will go in to chase it as the Canadiens change, as do the Senators. Decision out to center. Kentel flips it back down inside the Ottawa end. Decision chops it away from Gilmore. 90 ties up with Petrov. Puck underneath him. Urging 90 to move it, so he has to move his body first. Gets up and ices the puck. Scoreless here in period 1 at the Molson Center. 7:10 remaining. Stay with us. You're watching Molson Canadiens Senators Hockey live on the new RO.
What do I like at McDonald's? Come on, the original, the Grand Poobah, the Big Mac.
Tell them about the lid thing.
Oh yeah, you know how you put fries in the lid of a Big Mac box? I started that.
Your McDonald's favorites at a price you'll love. Buy any size fry and drink and get a Big Mac. Big Extra. Or filet of fish for only 98 cents.
Still here?
Exercising a little imagination makes home fitness whatever you want it to be. Visit Fitness Depot, Canada's home fitness superstar.
Look at you, you're walking. Look at you. You are amazing.
Donald Odette with a good chance to score coming down the wing, and let's have a look at it. The far side winger has been open so far in this game for Montreal. Now, because the Leam is so far out, Odette's trying to change the angle on him and then move laterally, but he misses the net on the attempt.
Here's Kilger, fires the puck down inside the Ottawa zone. Brunet takes it. Works to the corner for Sammy Salo. Ahead to Hossa, trying to one-time it out of the zone. Dackle knocks it down, holds it in. Here's Curtis Lucian now. Sends it ahead for Brunet. He's robbed of the puck. Juno sends it through, knocked down in front. Lalime covers up and holds on.
Joey Juno's game defensively has always been good, but of late he is starting to come on offensively. He's got 11 points in his last 17 games, 5 goals, 6 assists, and he's positionally strong. And when you are that way as a forward, you will intercept pucks because of your position. And he throws one towards the net here after he intercepts a puck at the blue line, and that's one area that Ottawa want to be particularly strong at coming down these last few games, and for sure in game 1 of the playoffs.
Off the draw, Gilmore wins it. Sheldon Surrey along the boards. Here's Zdeno Chara. Chops the puck ahead. Alfredson whacks it out to center. Now Arvidsson fires it in. Alfredson waiting along the boards for it. Takes a shove from Sheldon Surrey to the corner. Here's Arvidsson trying to spin off a check from Gilmore. Back to the net. Surrey gets the puck ahead to Gilmore, and he'll make his way up to center. Ahead to Sednik. Sednik trying to get a step on Chara. Gets it in front. Now here's Petrov. Back in front again. Bouncing puck chips through the crease. Back in front again. Quick shot by Sednik. Can't get it through the crowd. Back to the net. Here's Todd White. Hammers it off the boards. Held in nicely by Quintel. But then cleared back down to the Montreal line. Phillips waffles it across to Chara, who bats it down inside the Montreal end. LeVay to get it. Icing the call. And a face-off when we return. Still scoreless here in period 1. You're watching Molson Canadian Senators hockey.
What's the rating on the 12-0 program alarm? Roger, we got you. We're going in.
Mission, proud to be the only tire of the space shuttle, because so much is riding on your tires.
Crown Royal on the rocks, please.
You know, they say when you're blind, all your other senses become heightened.
Smooth.
Guys, I think the one on the left likes me.
Honey, what's with the sweater?
This is my lucky jersey from the year we won Pee Wee. Oh, you laugh now, but wait till I win.
You can win too with Tim Hortons Roll Up the Rim. Just like these lucky winners of GMC Envoys and Sony Home Theater Systems. There's still lots left and millions of other great prizes available to be won. So keep rolling.
Donut! I win! Yeah! Winner!
Well, Saku Koivu here has not played all that much so far in this game. We don't expect him to play much more than 10 minutes. We'll have to wait and see. But he certainly, during that break, went out, took a little skate, almost to say, look it, coach, I'm ready to go here. Get me out there.
Here's Juno, flips the puck down to the line. Wong finds his stick. Dackle finds the puck and sends it back to Breezeball. Off the center, Kilger off the boards. It is knocked down. Bouncing puck. It's cleared down inside the Montreal end. Here is Breezeball. Leaves the puck there. McEachern takes Dykos down. Penalty call is on the way. McEachern can't believe it's him. Actually pointed to his own chest and said, what, me? And now the argument begins, but the Montreal Canadiens will go to the power play, hooking the call. McEachern argues, but it will do no good. Stephen Walkins made the call. Montreal goes to the power play.
Well, it's one of those who hooked who. And McEachern goes in with Dykos. Yeah. And McEachern certainly was the initiator on that first play as he got his stick into Dykos and pushed him down. Koivu now on the power play. I expected this. And he's going to be on the left side as we look at the reaction. Whoa! Now, that is a dangerous reaction. That's something that I'm sure the official did not see, or he would have called on the retaliation. You know, I was talking to Doug Gilmore about Saku Koivu a couple of days ago, and he said, you know, he looks great in practice. I just hope I get him on my line. I know we're two center icemen, but put him on the wing with me. We'd have a lot of fun together, and Gilmore But boy, you can recognize what a terrific talent that Saku is, particularly when you practice with him day in and day out. And Ed Gilmore was quite excited to have Koivu back. He thought it would be perhaps Friday, not at home, but Koivu had his medical checkup yesterday. He got the clearance from his doctor, so hey, why not? Better night already.
Montreal goes to the power play. They were 1 for 2 in the 3-1 victory over Ottawa on Sunday. 2 for 8 in their last 3 games, 2 for 18 in their last 5. Brisebois to Perreault. Perreault leads this team in power play points, 6 goals and 9 helpers. Brisebois down low. That has it just skipped by him. Salo finds the puck in the crowd and heaves it back out to center and down to the Montreal end.
If that connects on that at all, it's a goal. Good pass by Patrice Brisebois. Good vision on the play. Canadians did everything right except put it in the back of the net.
4 different Montreal Canadiens have scored the last 4 power play goals for this team. Brisebois, one of them, you saw his shot. Perreault, Markov, and Zednik. Puck goes up and out of play. They face up on the way with 1:03 to go in the penalty to Sean McEachern.
Let's have a look at this last chance as the Ottawa Senators get caught here trying to gain possession, get back in position. And again, Donald had a wide open net, but the pass was a little hot and he couldn't connect. And look at Koivu going to the net, creating some turnovers. And yeah, he had a lot to work there. Here's Audette. What happens to it? Just hops over his stick just as he's about to shoot it. Break for Ottawa.
Off the draw, here's Phillips. Backhands it out, but not deep enough. Rivet winds up and fires it back down inside the Senators' end. Sherrill stops it, knocks it back to Phillips. Phillips this time makes no mistake, clearing it all the way down ice. Here's Sheldon Souray. Power play of Montreal is ranked 17th in the National Hockey League. This penalty kill for Ottawa brought to you by Ernst & Young. Should the Senators be successful, another $100 donation to the Senators Foundation from Ernst & Young. Short-handed, Yoloni fires it through, trying to hit a speeding Chris Phillips who jumped into the rush. Now Craig Rivet again. Petrov down to the line, tries to walk in. Loses the puck and Hertberg. Back along the boards, can't get it out. Chips it in behind the net. Gilmore pressed in by Lasician. To the corner, bouncing puck. Sedman back to the point. McEachern back out now. We're back to 5-on-5. Gilmore in behind the net with Zednik. Gilmore tries to sweep it side of the net. Back out front. Stolen away by Jody Hall. McEachern dumps it in. Ottawa will change all 5.
Not a lot of chances in this period, but both teams have good jump and pace so far, and in for a good hockey game tonight. There's no doubt about that.
Montreal obviously going 0 for 1 on that power play. 0 shots, although they had 1 scoring chance. That from Donald O'Donnell. Fifth and final meeting between the Canadiens and the Senators this year. Montreal leads the season series with 2 victories, 1 loss and 1 tie. The only win that Ottawa has this year against Montreal, ironically, was in this building back on February 26th. A 5-2 victory of these Montreal Canadiens. In the 4 games they have played already, the Senators have been outscored 12-11, but they have outshot them 139-92. Let's have a look at our Dynamic Fast Facts, brought to you by Dynamic Mutual Funds.
And one reason why the Montreal Canadiens got behind the 8 ball in the late 90s is because of their draft picks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these picks, all of them not playing now in the National Hockey League. Of course, there's the good one, though, in 93, Saku Koivu.
Off the draw. Pearson settles it down. Alfredson takes a swipe at it. Puck was bouncing, but he let it rip anyway. And Theodore makes the save. Puck cleared along the boards. Bill Lindsay trying to get it out. And the puck cleared cross ice by Sheldon Surrey. Pearson back to the line. Alfredson through his own legs to White. White dumps it back. Brunet wide fires right on. Save is made by Theodore. Loose puck cleared back to the line and out. Harry Pearson will chase it. Pearson gets it back and this time slings it cross ice. Here's Shane Knight. Ahead to center. Alfredson inside the line. Alfredson gets by Dackle. Shovels it to the corner. Here's Brunet back to the net. Leaving it there was Todd White. Brunet back to the net. Loses the puck and Sean Van Allen now looks up ice. Van Allen out to center. Gives it away. House on the steal, but he's got 3 halves to beat. He's chopped down at the line. And a face-off on the way and a penalty call also on the way, albeit a very late call. The arm went up rather late.
And a bad play by Van Allen on the backhand as he throws the puck away right there to Hossa. And Hossa is gone. So with that, no choice but to haul him down. Here's the turnover here. Through the middle on your backhand. A no-no, especially when you're going to give it to Hossa. There's Quintala with the trip. And he's in the penalty box.
So Ottawa goes to the power play. Montreal has the best home penalty killing unit in the National Hockey League. They have given up but 12 power play goals at home this year. The only team in the NHL which has scored 2 power play goals in 1 game against Montreal in this building was Ottawa back in that February 26th game. Montreal exceptional on the penalty kill at home in the early going, getting up just 3 power play goals in their own building in the first 25 games of the season. First 25 home games. Here's Hossa. Shoots a low ball. Good shot through traffic. Gets a second shot. That hits a leg. Hossa in to fight for it. Wins the puck. Hossa works it low. Gets the return feed. Knocked away from him, and the puck cleared all the way back down ice.
Joe Juneau and Dackler are always the first pairing for Montreal in the penalty kill, and they are very good at it. Now they come right back with Van Allen and Kilgore.
Mentioned how good overall this penalty kill is at home. Last little while, it has given up a huge percentage comparatively. 3 power play goals in their last 4 home games. White works it low. Brunet, too much traffic, elects to go back to the corner with it. Now Arvidsson has it swept off his stick. Sheldon Surrey, active and desperate with the stick, wins the puck and clears it.
Well, that was a good play by Surrey. A very active stick. He knew that Brunet lost control, and he jumped on it.
Phillips back down to the line. He is hooked up by Juneau. Gets it inside the zone. Here's Todd White. White back along the boards. And again, the Senators can't get any kind of possession inside the Montreal end. Salo turning with it. Cross ice, here's White inside the zone. Slides it across. Arvidsson back in front again. White, his shot kicked out. And that'll do it for period number 1. Senators will have a 22-second power play to open up period number 2 scoreless after 20 minutes.
And an excellent period for the Ottawa Senators. Much better jump than they've had of late. A couple of good chances on the power play to finish the period. And if they play like that, they'll be all right here tonight.
Well, coming up in intermission number 1, in most moments from now, we will talk with Benoit Brunet. We'll check out our Air Canada out-of-town scoreboard and our Chevrolet period highlights on an evening that surrounds number 11, Saku Koivu. Scoreless after 1. Back after this on Molson Canadiens Senators Hockey.
At the Coors Light Brewing Company, we spend countless hours with what we call consumers. Tirelessly, we follow them from frat parties to patios. Not something we'd like to do, but something we have to do. It's called learning, and it's part of our commitment to bringing you an ice-cold, easy-drinking beer. So when the game goes into overtime, so do we. Coors Light, why not take a silver bullet for the team?
Scoreless after one period of play here at the Molson Center in Montreal, and joining us now downstairs is Benoit Brunet. And Benoit, first of all, the opening to this game, spent many years as a Montreal Canadian, both in this building and at the old Forum. And I think for anybody, no matter what team you're on or where you're from, that was an extremely emotional start to this game.
Yeah, well, knowing Saku, when I came in Montreal, he was there since the beginning. So when I was there, and he's a great guy, he's a great competitor. He battled his cancer, so I think it's a great night for hockey and for Montreal City.
And about that first period, I thought your team played very, very well. Good on the power play. I know you're just coming off the power play, trying to catch your breath, but certainly you moved the puck well. I thought you had a lot of jump in that period, and players can build off this emotion, can't they?
Yeah, I think so. Like you said, we try to, we know it's a big game for them, so we got to play it tight, and we did some good job on the PK and the power play. And now maybe we lost a few pucks at our blue line, but we'll try to correct that for a second play.
You have to be so cautious against this Montreal team because, at least of late, Benoit, they have not been giving up anything. They've been giving up, on average, only 1 goal a game the last 7 games.
Yeah, and they're playing with a lot of desperation. Their Dios are playing well. Everybody knows around the league now that Theo is playing really well, so they're a tough team to play around, and it's really hot in the building tonight, so it's a fun game to play in.
Quickly, Benoit, just your emotions in terms of playing with the Ottawa Senators. I know you've really enjoyed your time so far and love the locker room.
Yeah, I love the locker room. I think it's a great locker room, great guys, young guys, and we got guys from all over the world, so it's fun to be here right now. I'm enjoying this. It was better for me here than it was in Dallas anyway.
Benoit will let you catch your breath. Thanks so much for the time.
A bit tired tonight.
2 and 3, yeah.
Thanks.
Well, hockey will take the breath away, no question about it.
Thanks.
Scoreless after 1. Stay with us. Our first intermission on the way. You're watching Molson Canadiens Senators hockey on the new RO.
Change for $1.
Sure. Introducing the all-new Chevy Avalanche. The only vehicle that changes from an SUV to a pickup.
Thanks.
Chevy Avalanche. Motor Trend's 2002 Truck of the Year. Avalanche, like a rock.
What if you could return your cat back to a healthy weight? Feed her Iams weight control formula in the blue bag. It helps gradually reduce her weight by managing the blood sugar level, which could add years of splendid health to her life. Iams, good for today, good for tomorrow, good for life.
Save up to 60% on your first puppy or kitten Iams bag and give them a great start to a healthy life.
Discover for yourself the magic of the Casino de Hall's new theater. With a performance hall so spectacular, at le Théâtre du Casino, the show's all yours.
Honey, what's with the sweater?
This is my lucky jersey from the year we won Pee Wee. Oh, you laugh now, but wait till I win.
You can win too with Tim Hortons Roll Up the Rim. Just like these lucky winners at GMC Envoys and Sony Home Theater Systems. There's still lots left and millions of other great prizes available to be won. So keep rolling.
Donut! I win! Yeah! Winner!
Hi, I'm Glenn from Iron Pryor. Wake up with breakfast in URO weekday mornings at 6. Keep watching in URO for great Sens action.
Our intermission brought to you by the Casino de Hall. World-class entertainment. Ottawa Senators Hockey Heritage Moments, brought to you by Canada Post. From anywhere to anyone. There aren't many records of the good kind left from the difficult early seasons in modern Senators history, but defenseman Norm Maciver holds one of the few. His 63 points in the 92-93 season still holds the record for points in a season by a Senator defenseman. The Thunder Bay native began his career with the New York Rangers in 1987 and had stints in Hartford and Edmonton before the Senators claimed him in the 1992 waiver draft. The 92-93 season would prove to be the best of Maciver's career, as he had career highs in goals with 17, points with 63, and games played with 80. Now a coach with Springfield in the American Hockey League, the things he learned on the ice, he's passing on to young players today. The 92-93 season of Norm Maciver. Another Ottawa Senators Hockey Heritage Moment. Brought to you by Canada Post. From anywhere to anyone.
A very emotional evening at the Molson Center, and after one period of play, as you can see, the Ottawa Senators and the Montreal Canadiens, no score. We'll be back in a moment.
So you're from Canada?
Yeah.
Do you know Glenn from Canada? He works in an office in Canada. He plays hockey. You know, he says A a lot.
Of course, Office Glenn. He's dead. I am Canadian.
We're Pfizer because we have fathers, sisters, and best friends too. Our researchers across Canada are looking for the cures of the future. Because at Pfizer, life is our life's work.
It's made my hair feel years younger.
Inner Science, the hair care system proven to rejuvenate the look of your hair.
There's shampoo, conditioner, and this stuff, which is amazing.
Rejuvenating Mist, part of the Inner Science system, takes years off the look of your hair.
What do I like at McDonald's? Come on, the original, the Grand Poobah, the Big Mac.
Tell them about the lid thing.
Oh yeah, you know how you put fries in the lid of a Big Mac box? I started that.
Your McDonald's favorites at a price you'll love. Buy any size fry and drink and get a Big Mac. Big Extra. Or filet of fish for only 98 cents.
Still here.
Lou has been trying to find a client who'll join him for a fun-filled evening of karaoke. But everyone he's called is going to the Senators game. Looks like Lou's singing the blues tonight. Hockey season is business season. Visit OttawaSenators.com and ice your price on playoff and season tickets.
Canadian, please.
Ooh, Mr. Canadian.
Mr. Canuck. Where's your pet beaver? Right here. Attack.
Let's travel around the rest of the National Hockey League with our Air Canada out-of-town scoreboard.
Well, the Washington Capitals up 2-0 against the Chicago Blackhawks. That's in the second period of play. And Boston Tampa Bay tied up at 1. Vince LeCavier with a beautiful goal against Byron Defoe in that one. Vancouver Canucks, are they in it at the moment, and had a huge game tonight against the Colorado Avalanche as the race in the West continues to get interesting, to say the least. St. Louis in the same boat continues to have to win. They've got an easier game tonight against the Nashville Predators. And Phoenix, 7th in the Western Conference with 89 points as well against the Calgary Flames, who want to play the role of a spoiler for the next few days. And our score after one period of play. No score.
Well, Greg, an awful lot of emotion to open this game, obviously, for everybody in this building, players and fans and media alike. It's hard not to get swept up in the emotion of this game, but after the first 5 minutes, it got back down to hockey, and it got back down to what Montreal's been doing lately, which is a lot of great defensive hockey.
Boy, they were spectacular in the first period of play in their defensive game, but I thought that the Ottawa Senators had much more jump in that first period than I've seen in a while. I'm not surprised by that because they've got a lot to play for tonight. Obviously, you're playing in Montreal in front of a full house. The Saku Koivu situation creates energy, so a good period of play for Ottawa.
Let's have a look at our plays of the period, brought to you by Chevrolet. Chevrolet, tried, tested, and true.
And anytime you have no goals in a period, both goaltenders are usually sharp, and that was the case here in the first period of play. Patrick Lalime on a chance that Patrick Lalime didn't have to do much on, as Donald Ledet had a wide open net. And here's a couple of late power play opportunities as well by the Ottawa Senators. And Saku Koivu, a couple of shifts in that first period of play. They say he'll play around 10 minutes tonight, and that's where he's at the moment. He did get involved. I'm sure he was quite happy to get run over and get into the physical side of the game early on, and he did that.
Well, with this game being pretty much defensively like the last game between these two teams on Sunday, very, very tight defensively, special teams, again, could be a major part of this game. It may end up being whoever scores a power play goal might win this game.
Well, very much so. So that means that both teams will have to be very careful in terms of their penalties and how they get them and when they get them. And a little twist to Montreal's power play tonight. Of course, Saku Koivu is playing so far in the first unit, and it'll be very interesting to see how he fits in. The first power play for the Montreal Canadiens, he was on it. He didn't touch the puck. The puck just never found him. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Scoreless after 1 second period is on the way. Stay with us. From Montreal, Senators and the Canadiens. You're watching Molson Canadiens Senators hockey.
At GM Good Wrench Service, we know you have better things to do than spend your time in a garage.
Mr. Thompson. Your car's ready.
Oh, thanks. Come in now for our spring maintenance package featuring a lube, oil and filter, 15-point inspection, tire rotation, brake inspection, electronic battery test, and more, all for just $39.95. Your GM vehicle was made for Good Wrench Service, right on time.
Spring. Invigorate your senses. Rediscover Bayshore Shopping Center.
What do I like at McDonald's? Come on, the original, the Grand Poobah, the Big Mac.
Tell them about the lid thing.
Oh yeah, you know how you put fries in the lid of a Big Mac box? I started that.
Your McDonald's favorites at a price you'll love. Buy any size fry and drink and get a Big Mac. Big Extra. Or filet of fish for only 98 cents.
Still here.
Follow the curving Irish lanes long enough, and you'll find yourself in the town of Wicklow. And if you arrive on that most special day in Ireland, you'll find the town celebrating their favorite holiday in traditional fashion.
Hey, John, happy Cinco de Mayo!
Driving can have a lot of distractions, but vehicle safety shouldn't be one of them. And there's only one safety feature on the road that actually touches the road: the tires. Frisbee Tire knows this. They've been improving vehicle safety since 1920 by installing superior quality tires like Michelin and Uniroyal. They take you through the entire process so you feel confident, not only about where you're going, but how you're getting there. Visit Frisbee Tire today, your complete car care center.
Spring. Invigorate your senses. Rediscover Bayshore Shopping Center.
Hi, I'm Coach Jacques Martin in Ottawa. You're watching Senators hockey on the New Arrow.
Our intermissions brought to you by the Casino de Hall, world-class entertainment. Well, let's have a look at our McDonald's period summary. No scoring. There's your shot count. Senators doubling Montreal in shots, although the chances, the true chances to score, are likely very similar. Earlier today, we had a talk with Jacques Martin about what he was going to say to his team before this game tonight here in Montreal.
Yeah, we'll talk to the players about the respect that you need to show to a player like Saku Koivu in the reception before the game. But once the puck is dropped, I think it's competition. The game means a lot for our team as much as the Montreal Canadiens, and you go out there to try to win.
And second period now underway. Ottawa opens still on the power play. Less than 20 seconds to go in that man advantage. As the puck is cleared by Carl Dykhuis back down to the Ottawa end. Here's Sammy Salo together. Salo. Head to Lucian. Lucian down to the line. It is knocked down by Brunet, but the puck cleared back out again. Kentel is back out now, and we're back to even strength hockey. Here's Brisebois back to his own net. Brunet knocks it down, trying to get it back out front for Hossa. That play broken up by Dykhuis. Floats back down to the Senators' end. Lucian will touch it up, icing the call, and a face-off back down inside the Montreal zone.
Interesting, just to the start of this period, Guy Carbonneau was on the bench, and I'm not sure, just to the left of Saku Koivu, as we get a little tighter here, guys. And it doesn't look like we're going to be able to right now. There's Saku. Let's just pan to your left a little bit. Can't do it. But anyway, we're going to pan out. That story's not going to work. But anyway, he signed one of the players' stick on the bench for good luck. And I'm not sure whose it was, but nevertheless, we'll tell you in a moment. Let's see if he scores tonight. I couldn't believe it watching it here as the game progressed in this big series.
Game time autographs. Not the norm, but it works.
There's a little superstition going on here.
Arvidsson tosses it in. Here's Alfredson back of the net. Taken into the boards by Gilmore. Kentel comes away with the puck. Out to center. Here's Zednik. Petrov catches up. Zednik drops it for Petrov. Petrov walks in. Save is made by Lee. Loose puck cleared by White. Icing the call as Montreal comes up with a great opportunity.
And it was Donald Odette's stick, by the way, that Guy Carbonneau signed on the bench. So there it is, and we'll see if Odette gets a goal. And here's the last chance here as Zednik has had a very good game so far and finds Petrov. And there is that Patrick Alleyne paddle down play we see so often as he covers the lower half of the net. So to finish that story, Donald Odette's on the bench. And here is Guy Carbonneau signing his hockey stick. We'll see if we can find it. But nevertheless, a little superstition going on, and let's see if it works for Odette.
Odette out there. This face-off to be taken between Ylonen and Yannick Perreault. And Perreault on a hot streak of late. Goal and 3 helpers in his last 4 games. 4 and 4 in his last 9. In behind the net, poked to the corner by Lalime. Now Sean McEachern skates it up the wing out to center, bouncing it ahead. Here's Bill McCullough. Back to McEachern, tips it back for Lucian, but it is tipped away from him, and here comes Donald Odette. Ylonen comes back to steer him off the puck. Now Koivu and Ylonen. Koivu centers the puck. McEachern steals. Here's McEachern with speed down to the line, throws it to the line, but easily cleared back out again by Markov. Now Odette. Wanders down to the line. Lucian stops him up. Alleyne comes out to play it. Leaves it in the corner. The puck is chipped ahead. McEachern now. Bouncing it back to the line, but not out. Reveille's shot. Left back out to the neutral zone. Lindsay waits for everyone to clear and then flips it back down inside the Ottawa end. Lucian flips it back to the line, but not out. Here's Salo now. Ahead of McEachern. End of a shift. McEachern will dump it in, and he will head off. Senators, with everybody jumping over the boards, they swap all 5. Brisebois rifles it out to center, but it hits a dead spot on the boards. No rebound, and Lindsay has to go back to get it. Now Brisebois again.
Dean, Saku Koivu, 4 shifts in the first period, played 3 minutes and 8 seconds. So about what was expected in terms of ice time so far.
Berger back inside the Montreal line. Gets a shot away, knocked down, loose puck lying in front. Van Allen clears it away as the Montreal net knocked off its moorings, and Chris Neal shaken up in the collision as he and Brisebois get together. Well, Thursday night, Boston Bruins at the Corral Center. It's family night. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 soft drinks, starting at just $99. Great seats available. Just call Ticketmaster 755-1166. Don't forget, that is the next game for the Senators.
And Neal going right to the net, and that's what you have to do against a hot goaltender. And there's no question that Ottawa will need to get a lot of traffic in front of Theodore tonight to score on him, because once again, he is right on the mark. Of course, that'll be Roger Nielsen's first game as head coach behind the bench for Ottawa. And he'll do it again Saturday night against the Leafs. What a classy gesture for the Ottawa Senators organization.
Goes to the corner for Brunet. Knocked off his stick. Here's Pearson now. Fires it through. It is deflected up off the glass, but not out. Hossa holds it in, but only momentarily, as it is sent off the glass and out by Sheldon Surrey.
Talking to fans and management groups. That's what everybody's saying. What a classy move by Ottawa. I can't believe they did that. What a classy move. I've heard that, I bet you, 15 times.
Unprecedented move. Here's Bonk in the corner. Cleared ahead, and 90 gloves it down. Can't get it out. Surrey winds. His shot goes high and wide. Back and scores! Andy Dackle!
Good low play here by Montreal. Creates the giveaway. There's the giveaway there now. A good hard shot to begin with. It goes wide, but again, puck recovery. Chad Kilgore with nice puck recovery. What a pass. I mean, you know that Dackle had to be yelling for this. Here comes Dackle, the top of your screen. Right away, he gets it off. Salim is already down playing Kilgore. And that is one tremendous pass right on the tape to Andy Dackle. 1-0 Montreal.
So the curse of the former Senators still haunts Ottawa in the 3-1 loss to Montreal on Sunday. 2 goals scored by former Senator Sean Van Allen. Now another former Senator stings Ottawa. Alfredson bouncing puck, can't get through the traffic and back up ice. Gilmore down the line for Petrov. Petrov does a nice job to keep control of it, but now falls. Arvidsson off the boards. The Senators on that goal also victims of their own inability to clear the zone more than a few times, and the Canadiens make them pay.
And you heard Benoit Brunet talk about that between periods, being strong on the blue line. Well, they just got burnt because they weren't.
Bouncing puck, Phillips. Bends off the checker, clears the puck along the board, but not out. Here's Zelnik now, trying to push to the net. Gilmore in front again. Petrov, no shot. Brunet, runs, fires, scores!
Rivet, and some good low work again, and this puck has eyes as he gets all of it through traffic. And how about the reaction afterwards? Craig Rivet takes off. He takes off right to Saku Koivu. There's the goal. Here he goes. And look where he's heading. Right to the captain. An emotional moment. Once again here tonight. They came in together in this league, and obviously Craig Rivet went right to the captain after that big goal.
Well, they carpooled together tonight on the way into the building. Came in together.
Great friends. And here they come in together tonight to the building.
See Rivet trying to get away from the camera.
Trying to stay away from him. And you know, that's what sports and teamwork is all about. And another example of it there.
As they were walking in, I was actually just a few feet away, and Saku Koivu was asked by one of the guys downstairs, how was your afternoon nap? And he looked and smiled and said, Could not nap today. Montreal up 2-0 here in period number 2. Down to the line. Here's McCall. Gets a shot away. Doesn't get through. Yolonen winds. Fans on his shot. And Markov now clears the puck ahead. Out to center. Intercepted by Bill McCall. Here's McCall again inside the line. Overskates it. And the puck back out to center. Now Lasician. On the boards and in. Rivera. Lead pass down to the line. Odette. Looking to get the return feed from Gino Ojic. Odette taken into the boards. McCall. Trying to get away from Ojic. They tie up. Both go down. Lasician comes through with the puck. Sends it ahead and out to center. Here's McKechnie. Fires it in. And Ottawa will change. Montreal works their breakout. Here's Surrey up the wing. Fires it cross ice. Knocked down by Neal. Perreault swings it back to the Ottawa goal. Here's Van Allen back to the net. Lindsay tries to tip it up front. Cleared away by Pearson. Back to the point. Surrey holds it in. Shane 90 now. Off the boards. And Jody Hull clears it back out to the neutral zone. Neal comes across and nearly puts Surrey completely into the Ottawa bench. Now Surrey down to the Ottawa line. Surrey trying to get around 90. 90 puts Surrey into the boards. Tough shot for Sheldon Surrey. Puck squirts by Cantel. Jody Hull can't get there in time. Craig Rivet gets the second for his captain. 2-0. Montreal leads. You're watching Molson Canadiens Senators hockey.
You've always trusted Canada Post to securely deliver the things that are important to you. Now it's a whole new world, so we're delivering in a whole new way. From cyberspace to your place. From your world to around the world. Today's Canada Post. From anywhere to anyone.
It's okay. You know what I promise? I promise to protect you from the monsters under your bed. Yeah. From dragons and spiders. Hey. Protect you from life's bumps and scrapes. And from having your heart broken. That's gonna be tough. I know.
Some promises are easier to keep than others. Toyota Sienna, the safest minivan ever tested by the IIHS.
Exercising a little imagination makes home fitness whatever you want it to be. Visit Fitness Depot, Canada's home fitness superstore.
10th annual Yorkton High-Tech Hockey Tournament comes to the Corral Center on April 14th from noon to 5 p.m. Over $250,000 has already been donated to area youth, and for just $2 you can see the Senators alumni in action and help support kids in your community simultaneously. Why wouldn't you do it? See Brad Marsh, all the alumni.
The other night, some out of towners coming in. Steve Larmer, I know, for it. He's great. A lot of fun. Love to. That's good.
Down McKechnie tries to tip it through a crowd. Gilger comes out with it.
Fortunately, I'm going to be working game. I'd love to do it. I think we have a score.
Father-son. McKechnie backs down the loose puck. They can go through the neutral zone with it. And now Carl Dykhouse, the former Hull Olympic. Goes across to Patrice Brisebois. Out to center, the puck skips off the stick of Kingston native Doug Gilmore. Alfredson bats it down inside the Montreal end. Dykhouse again throws it out of the zone. And Backelheim with the first goal of this game. A gentle dump into the corner. Lasician lobs it through center down inside the Montreal end. Theodore forced to play it. Surrey along the boards. Here's Brunet off the boards, back in front again for White. Took it on his backhand, which eliminated the possibility of a one-timer. Here's Petrov now. Trying to get through the crowd with it. Zednik dumps it in. Decision to get it. Gilmore chasing him. Decision clears it off the glass. Alfredson out to center. To the wing for White. White back in front. Alfredson tries one more pass to Brunet. That doesn't work. Now Surrey. Back of his own net to Kentel. Along the boards for Zednik. And the puck is redirected back down ice. Icing waved off. And Shane Natty lead pass out to center nicely on the stick of Arvidsson, who fires it in. Now McCult along the boards. Gets support from Yolonen. Yolonen trying to fend off Thoreau. To the corner. Here's Arvidsson trying to get away from Markov. Arvidsson back of the net. Swings up front. Shoots in traffic. Loose puck up front. McCult's backhander. Knocked down by Theodore. He holds on.
Once again, Theodore making it look easy, but comes up with two tough saves. And Magnus Arvidsson's been skating well the last month. Now, nice turnaround attempt here by him. Better traffic to the net. Here comes Magnus Arvidsson. Good positioning, uses his body. Here's the turnaround. But not only once, but twice. As Bill McCult goes to the net. Theodore is in perfect position to make two saves and cover up the rebound. And it's all about defense, and it always is when you're on quite a streak. 5 goals against in 6 games. You mentioned it already, Dean. And not a lot of goals for, but you don't need them. You're only letting in 1 goal a game.
A dramatic turnaround in the 6 games previous to the 6-game streak. Montreal was 2-2-2. They had scored 13 but given up 14. And that obviously has changed dramatically. Here's our puck. Trying to get around Ricard Pearson, but a very late offside call. And a face-off back outside the Ottawa line.
Donald Odette, of course, he missed the 49 games with his arm. He has 5 points in 5 games since coming back. And he can score goals. There's no doubt about that. Michel Therrien, this is the game that they're looking for. And he has done a tremendous job as coach. And believe me, if the Montreal Canadiens get in, there's going to be a lot of votes, although you don't hear his name much, for Michel Therrien, and there should be, for getting this team into the playoffs this year.
Of course, with the Jack Adams Trophy, given to the Coach of the Year in the National Hockey League.
And lots of help, Guy Carbonneau and, of course, Rick Green, 2 former players that are terrific hockey men, helping him out also.
Roland Melanson works with the goaltenders. Matt, a very important job on this team, considering the youth of the goaltenders in this franchise, not just on this team. Guérin is a fabulous young prospect in the minors. And there is Rick Green right there, another former Montreal Canadian.
Looks after the defense. You know, it was interesting. Rick, for a year or so, was right out of hockey and contemplating what he was going to do, living actually near the Peterborough area. And then all of a sudden, got the call, and before you know it, here he is back in Montreal, and he's done a wonderful job this year with the Canadiens.
Bonk wins the draw. Shot from Phillips goes off the stick.
One of those, you know, good things happen to good people. He's a very good person.
Bosa stops to the puck, knocked down by Dykhouse. I think Bonk has been outstanding in the face-off circle tonight for Ottawa. 9 wins, 2 losses, and against Joey Juneau, he's been outstanding. 7-1, 7 wins and a face-off loss against Juneau, and I'm kind of surprised, to be frank with you, Terry has stayed with that matchup. Hossa in front, angled off the puck. Bonk comes back and knocks Juneau down. Now Joey Juneau. His pass knocked down by Hossa. Hossa gloves down the loose puck, but can't get into the zone. Brisebois to Dackel. Tried to soft touch it around. Here's White. White moves in. White, his shot, save is made. As Theodore cuts off the angle and cuts the chance. Canadiens up 2-0 here in the second. You're watching Molson Canadian Senators hockey on the new RO.
sound investment thinking.
All I want is a room somewhere
far away from the cold night air,
with one enormous chair. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely?
At Lazy Boy, we make rooms full of lovely furniture, including Canada's favorite recliner.
Lovely.
Hurry into Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries today.
Andy Dackel with a turnover right at the blue line here, and he better thank Theodore for this because it turns out to be a 2-on-1. Here comes White. Look at the positioning by Theodore. Unbelievable. There is no way that puck was going in as White had nothing to do that.
Theodore, you could tell from his body language, did not think once about the second man, confident that his defenseman had the pass taken away and his responsibility of the shot was sewn up. Gilmore. Sednick, his shot hits the side of the net. Petrov back in front again. Sednick to the point. Pintel tries to fire it through. Knocked down. Picked out the center. Here's Brunet down to the line with Alfredson. The corner. Alfredson now. Trying to play Sednick. Loses the puck. Threw it along the boards, and here is Petrov to get it. Petrov tries to shovel it by Phillips. Can't do it. Phillips presses the puck along the boards. Surrey comes in, gives him a shot. Petrov stays on him. Phillips fakes his way off the boards away from Petrov. Back up high to the point. White holds it in. Brunet, Phillips, his shot deflected in front. Brunet, backhander knocked down. Oh, Theodore comes across and shuts the door. Wow save. To the point. Phillips, penalty call on the way. That shot knocked down in front. Loose puck. Pintel in front of the net. Basically just jumps on top of Todd White, but the penalty call had already been made, and now Gilmore having words with Alfredson in behind the net.
And I believe it's going to be, is it Surrey? There was a lot of cross-checking going on in front of the net. And I think it's Surrey on Brunet in front. How about this save, first of all, as the puck goes back to the point. There's the first save. Now watch Theodore here. Oh, right across, and somehow gets his left pad. Watch how he picks up his right foot. This is the key. There, push, over. There's the save. If he doesn't pick up his right foot, he has no chance of getting across. That's all about edges for all your young goaltenders. And here is in front of the net. We're going to see Brunet there. There's Surrey here. Oh, a couple cross checks. Ooh, one too many. And that's why he's going to be in the penalty box. No doubt about it. Good call by the official. Well, that was an excellent example for all young goalies of how to use your edges in the net and why you have to be a terrific skater to be a good goalie.
And there's an example for young players as well. Oftentimes officials will let you go on the first 4 cross-checks to the back, but the 5th one, they kind of get upset about that.
Agreed.
So Ottawa to the power play. So far in the season-long series between these two teams, Senators 2 for 16 on the power play. And as mentioned, both those goals coming in the same game back in February. Here in Montreal, Bach in front, but Penguin couldn't get it by. Simpson comes in from the point to keep it alive. Now McKechnie fighting along the boards to Bonk. Bonk back to the net. McKechnie. Eyes up to the point. Here's Salo. To Bonk, back to Salo. Fires it through. That one goes just wide. Hossa off the boards with it. Hossa in traffic to the point for the decision. Fires it through. Knocked down in front. Here's Hossa again. Back to the decision. To Hossa. Hossa walks in. Doesn't shoot. Bonk in front. Sweeps it to the net. Salo in from the point. Fires it in. Knocked down by Theodore. Now Bonk in behind the net. Bonk along the boards for Hossa. Hossa fires it in, knocked down in front. Theodore makes the save and jumps on the rebound.
2 or 3 good saves during that sequence for Theodore. He's like a wall right now in front of the net. And yes, the Montreal Canadiens, how about Ken Dryden? You remember when he came up as a first-year goalie, won the Conn Smythe, the next year continued on. 6 Stanley Cups for Dryden. Yeah, a few for Patrick Waugh as well. And now, is this the next goaltender to carry this Montreal Canadian franchise? Based on this year, perhaps. There's good positioning once again, square to the shooter for Theodore. And you know a goalie's on when he watches the puck come off his body and is able to pick it up on the rebound. He's doing that every time.
And I'll tell you what, we can go back further in the vault because there have been some trend-setting goaltenders here in Montreal over the years. You think back to Jacques Plante, Mark Worsley, Yogi Vachon, Steve Penny. Okay. Cantel back to the net, trying to get it out. Back to the point. Here is Alfredson to Phillips. Wines fires. That one blocked by Chad Kilger. Kilger racing in, short-handed, cuts in. Can't get it by Lalime. Phillips.
Good defensive play there by Daniel Alfredson to get back, showing his old defenseman skills.
Here's Brunet. Back to the net. Chance for a clear. Not deep enough as Juno makes a mistake. Ottawa wisely doesn't play the puck because there would have been called for too many men on the ice during that change. Now Alfredson down to the line, fends off Dackel and throws it down inside the zone. Back to even strength hockey. There's a shot by Yolonen that floats over the net. Chera sends it back to the goal. Juno back along the boards. Dackel trying to get it by Chera and does.
Often your best penalty killer is your goaltender. That was the case on this last penalty kill for Montreal. Ottawa with good chances, just couldn't solve Theodore.
Jody Hull back to the net, tries to center it. Intercepted and cleared back down ice. Craig Brevet. Hull tips it back down inside the Montreal end. 6 minutes remaining here in the second. Hosek can't control the puck. And back up ice, here is Petrov. Loses control and Bonk makes his way back to the line. Chera moves in, Wines fires, breaks his stick on the shot. Has to get back to the bench for new compound fiber. Here's Sedlick moving in, his shot scores! 5-hole goal! Canadiens lead 3-0.
It's all about speed. And good passes out around the boards. Here's the tip. Precision gets caught. No man's land. Halfway. And there goes Zednik flying through the side. And a goal that Pat Lalime would love to have back. Here comes Zednik. Salo's late getting back. Bonk is as well. This puck just goes right through Patrick Lalime. And you can't have a goalie at one end standing on his head and the goalie at the other end letting in goals like that. You won't win games.
Sednick gets his, as you can see, 22nd of the year, first in 2 games. Now has 3 goals in the last 5 games and 2 points in this game with a goal and a helper.
And a good example of just how well Zednik skates and how quick his release is. And that's why now he's got 22 goals in the year and counting. He's a good player. He's going to be a good, very good player as he matures in this league.
The Washington Capital, and ironically, Montreal with a win today over Ottawa would eliminate Washington from the playoff hunt. Sheldon Saray hammers it along the boards back down to the Ottawa line. Phillips now. Cross ice, back out to center. Saku Koivu back to his own line. Saray bangs it back out to center. Herkover to the line, but again Saray rejects it. Sends the puck ahead for Odette, but in an awkward position. Odette couldn't receive the pass. Jody Hull taken into the boards by Cantel. Koivu steers it ahead. Here's a 2-on-1. Odette down to the line with Perreault. Back in front. Odette can't get the shot away. Phillips recovers nicely. Great recovery by Phillips.
And I got to tell you, Koivu was wide open in the slot on that rush after making a good play behind the net to start off the rush.
Van Allen heaves it in. Here's Cherry to get it. She hits the referee, and the puck stays in the zone. Alfredson can't get it out. Van Allen again in front. And finally, the Senators do get the puck back out to the neutral zone. Breeze ball. Lead pass out to center. And the attempt by Lindsay to push it through traffic doesn't work as that hits Todd White. Now Ojek works it down inside the Ottawa end. Chera on the boards. Lindsay cycles it back for Van Allen, but stolen by Alfredson. Alfredson loses the puck to Ojek. Ojek now trying to work himself away from Chera. Lindsay back to the net. He sends it. Ojek couldn't get a pass away to Van Allen. Cycles it back. Lindsay again back to the net. Pinned in by Phillips. Alfredson clears it along the boards. Back to the line. Puck is held in again. Alfredson gloves it down. Now Alfredson will try and find a way out. He will skate it out. The center. Alfredson chips it to the corner. Rivet turns to get it. Here's Craig Rivet now.
The game he is in. He is playing with all kinds of emotion.
A lean to the corner. Now he sends it ahead. Hossa off the boards and out. Here's Quintel. Now along the boards. Saray. And Ricard Pearson pushing and shoving. Richard Zednik has given Montreal a 3-0 lead here late in the second. You're watching Molson, Canadiens, Senators hockey on the new RO.
Last year, Canada's #1 selling minivan passed another milestone. Dodge Caravan became Canada's #1 selling vehicle. It passed the competition by introducing firsts like dual airbags and dual sliding doors. And now, for the first time ever on our most popular Caravan, Dodge introduces the Quad Convenience Package, including quad seating, CD player, and remote entry. Another reason Dodge Caravan has passed every car and truck in Canada. Offer ends soon. See your neighborhood Chrysler Dodge Jeep retailer now.
Please ride responsibly. Avoid unnecessary risks, difficult terrain, and never engage in stunt riding.
ATV Off-Road Fury. Get it when you buy the PlayStation 2 computer entertainment system.
Canadian Tire in Michelin giving you a chance to hit the road with Ascends next season, including transportation, hotel, and game tickets. Visit the service area of your local Ottawa Valley Canadian Tire store for ballots and full contest details. Ricard Pearson off in the box, 2 for roughing, and Montreal goes to the power play.
They did not get anything. I thought that was a 2-on-2 situation there, but I guess not.
Back to the point. Here's Breezeball. Floats one in. Petrov in front. His shot triples to net. It swings. William reaches back and grabs it.
Good battle by Lalim after letting in a suspect goal, although Zednik was flying down the wing, open on the goal. Still, he should have had it. And let's have a look here. Zednik, that baby's on its way, and ooh, yeah. Picks it up, Lalim does, as that puck is going over the line until there. That's about as close as it can get. Koivu now on the ice with Crow, Donald Odette, Keith Breezeball on the point. Along with Markov.
Chera around the boards. Markov keeps it alive in the zone. Back to the net. Phillips shovels it along the glass. Arvidsson clears it up. This penalty kill brought to you by Ernst & Young. Should the Senators be successful, a $100 donation to the Ottawa Senators Foundation, courtesy of Ernst & Young. Here's Koivu down the wing. Saku Koivu tries to get in around Phillips. Phillips takes him off the puck, and it is cleared back down ice by Magnus Arvidsson. Arvidsson right now tied for the league lead in shorthanded assists. Because wealth management is a team game.
2:01 left in this second period of play. They're all on a roll. Everything they're shooting is going in, and at the other end, Jose Theodore has just stopped everything. Particularly during that Senator power play midway through the second. It's really turned this game around. And at the other end, right after that, Zednik went down and scored.
From center, Surrey drives it down inside the zone. Petrov now works it low. Gilmore back along the boards. Petrov with Zednik side of the net waiting. Gilmore sends it in, knocked down in front. Canadian makes the first save. Hooker trying to clear it, hooked up by Zednik. Surrey working deep. Only one man back, and that's Reve back in front again. Here's Reve, walks in. Reve, shot blocker, saved by Lalime. Salo races to the corner, but races by the puck. Surrey winds, fires. Lalime gets enough of it. Puck is cleared. Surrey holds it in. Across to Reve. Reve back down low to the corner for Gilmore. Salo chips it along the boards. Jody Hull protects the puck and then clears it up. Finally, a minute of play here in the second. Pearson out of the box, and he slaps it down inside the Montreal end before he heads off. Long lead pass out to center. Dankel chips it down to the line. Chera clears it out. Now McEachern with Hossa. Hossa with speed. Bad angle, dumps it back. McEachern shot. Blocked by Griesbach. Dyko's unable to get out with it as he is swarmed along the board. Back to the point. Phillips walks in. Shot. Save is made by Theodore. McEachern digging forward along the boards with Griesbach. Centers the puck. It's chipped away from a pinching Chera by Chad Kilger. Puck trickles back down to the Ottawa end. Penalty call is on the way against the Canadiens in the dying seconds of this period.
The Andy tackle behind the goal.
And now Hossa with no chance to get up. That'll do it for period number 2. Senators will come back with a power play to open up the third, but they will also return to the ice with a 3-0 Canadian lead staring them in the face. Well, coming up in our second intermission, we will go downstairs and talk with assistant coach Perry Pern. We'll check out our Air Canada out-of-town scoreboard and our period highlights brought to you by Chevrolet.
Now look at this penalty here as Dankel gets tied up with Hossa. Hossa gives him a shot. And here's the one that's going to cost Dankel there, the one to the head. Up goes the arm.
Opens up on the power play with a holdover penalty from period 2. And a new goaltender in, Yanni Vermey, has come in relief of Patrick Lalime. As Alfredson skates to the neutral zone, down to the Montreal line. Dishes it off. Here's Bond. Tries to work it low. Reve knocks it down. Back to the point. Here is Alfredson. Sweeps it across. Phillips fires it through. Knocked down in front. Loose puck. Scores! It trickles in. Ottawa gets on the board.
I think it's a good move to get Yanni Vermey in the net. Just to send a message to the team that it's not good enough. Everybody, right from the goal out. And the Ottawa Senators here start on the power play with some jump. They move it quickly. They're getting their nose dirty this time. They're in front of the net. They go to the net. Hossa picks it up, and he's going to get credit for the goal as it trickles past goaltender Theodore and into the net. I think it's going to be Hossa. Did he touch that puck in front, or was it Sean McEachern? I am not sure. Whoever did got just enough of it to put it over the goal line. I think it was Hossa. No, it's going to be Sean McEachran, I believe, that's going to get credit for it. But Hossa was right there as well. He's just saying right now, I didn't touch it or he did touch it, telling one of his teammates on the bench.
We'll wait for the official call. In the building, they are giving the goal to McEachran.
Pretty difficult to tell from our angles that we showed you so far. We'll try and find you a couple of more that perhaps we can dissect that play a little more and find out who touched the puck last.
Decision floats the puck down inside the Montreal end.
Will Montreal have the patience and the same patience that they did the other night in Ottawa, where they just stuck back, stayed back, and before the neutral zone only forechecked with 1 minute.
Hossa spins and fires it wide. Here's McEachran. Back to the corner, but there to intercept is Joey Juno. Juno out to center. Long puts him into the boards, and Ottawa turns the puck over. Here's McEachran back to the line, trying to get in around Griesbaugh. McEachran puts the brakes on. Tries to feed it back to the point, but it is knocked down to Dackel. Gets it back out to center. Chera slaps the puck down inside the zone and gets into a shoving match with Chad Kilger. Griesbaugh head to center. Odette taken into the boards by Alfredson. Here's Chera back together. Head to center. Brunet along the boards. Down to the Montreal line. Markov off the glass. Back out. And here is Perreault to the line. Sends it across for Odette. It slides under his stick. Todd White backhands it off the glass. Back out to center.
Now we're going to see this Montreal Canadian team just put 4 in the neutral zone, send 1 in.
That time not even 1.
Not even 1.
5 in the neutral zone. No forecheck. All defense. Ylonen jumps in on top of Odette to try and stall the breakout. Lucian just eaves it back in. Ylonen and Markov tie up. Here's Rivet. Can't catch up with Arvidsson off the boards. Here's Arvidsson. Sends one in that drifts wide to the corner. Now McCullough. Puts it back to the corner. Sean Van Allen runs the puck to the other corner for Gino Ojic. Ojic fires it back the other way. Salo hustles to get there. Can't hold it in. From the neutral zone, Arvidsson again backhands it deep in the zone. Theodore out of the net. Round the boards. Here's Cantel. Gets it ahead to center. That creates a 2-on-1. Broken up by Chera. Van Allen. Back to Saray, who drifted down inside the Ottawa zone. Phillips off the boards with it now. Phillips ahead to McCullough. Now Chera. Lead pass to the line. Jody Hull tips it in. Hertberger goes in to chase it. Tangles with Sheldon Saray. He's trying to build some momentum off the power play goal from Sean McEachran. Now Saray back to the net. Quintel off the boards and back out. And the puck hits somebody on the Montreal bench, so we get a whistle. Let's have a look at our second period summary, brought to you by McDonald's.
It's all Montreal. Dackel with his 15th and a terrific feed from Kilger. Craig Rivet on a blast from the point from Gilmore and Zednik, and then Zednik on a solo effort that beat Patrick Lalime between the legs, and the shots, as you can see, were in Montreal's favor by 1. Here's McEachran's goal. Let's have a look at it now. He's on his knees in front of the net. And it looks like he is the last one to touch it, but once again, very difficult to tell from that angle.
From that angle, judging by the celebration, it appeared Marian Hossa thought he had scored.
Yeah, he may have tapped it in himself.
If there is an official change, we'll certainly bring it to you. Here's Juno now.
As far as the Senators are concerned, the bottom line is they're on the board.
Breaking the shutout bid. Jose Theodore, who of course is tied for second in the league in shutouts. Tied with Patrick Lalime. He will hold on to that one. His bonk is run to the side of the net by Griesbaugh. And now we get some pushing and shoving and a modicum of the old will spilling over.
And more emotion by Ottawa here. You get the feeling that the coaching staff in the room had a bit to say for the Ottawa Senators after the second period of play. Jacques Martin does not look like a very happy coach at the moment.
21,273 here at the Molson Center tonight. A sellout. Scalpers before the game asking for $600 a pair for tickets, and apparently getting.
And as I said early in the show, it's like that old Montreal feel in the city. It was all day today in terms of that spark when you know there's a Montreal Canadiens game. Lots of people outside of the building very early. Lots of autograph seekers. As you mentioned, Dean, a few scalpers.
Yes. And the emotion that poured out of this building to open the game, the ovation for Saku Koivu, immense. Position with a shot, doesn't get through. Talk to former Senators captain Laurie Boschman, who of course is doing the radio broadcast.
Here is Dackel. Gets tied up with Hossa. Hossa gives him a shot. And here's the one that's going to cost Dackel there, the one to the head. Up goes the arm.
Opens up on the power play with a holdover penalty from period 2. And a new goaltender in, Yanni Vermey, has come in relief of Patrick Lalime. As Alfredson skates through the neutral zone, down to the Montreal line. Dishes it off. Here's Bonk. Tries to work it low. Reveille knocks it down. Back to the point. Here is Alfredson. Sweeps it across. Phillips fires it through. Knocked down in front. Loose puck. Scores! It trickles in. Ottawa gets on the board.
I think it's a good move to get Yanni Vermey in the net. Just to send a message to the team that it's not good enough. Everybody, right from the goal out. And the Ottawa Senators here start on the power play with some jump. They move it quickly. They're getting their nose dirty this time. They're in front of the net. They go to the net. Hossa picks it up, and he's going to get credit for the goal as it trickles past goaltender Theodore and into the net. I think it's going to be Hossa. Did he touch that puck in front, or was it Sean McEachran? I am not sure. Whoever did got just enough of it to put it over the goal line. I think it was Hossa. No, it's going to be Sean McEachran, I believe, that's going to get credit for it. But Hossa was right there as well. He's just saying right now, I didn't touch it or he did touch it, telling one of his teammates on the bench.
We'll wait for the official call. In the building, they are giving the goal to McEachran.
Very difficult to tell from our angles that we showed you so far. We'll try and find you a couple of more that perhaps you can dissect that play a little more and find out who touched the puck last.
Decision floats the puck down inside the Montreal end.
Will Montreal have the patience, and the same patience that they did the other night in Ottawa, where they just stuck back, stayed back, and threw 4 in the neutral zone, only 4 checked with 1 man.
Hossa spins and fires it wide. Here's McEachran. Back to the corner, but there to intercept is Joey Juneau. Juneau out to center. Bong puts him into the boards, and Ottawa turns the puck over. Here's McEachran back to the line, trying to get in around Griesbach. McEachran puts the brakes on. Tries to feed it back to the point, but it is knocked down to Dackel. Gets it back out to center. Chera slaps the puck down inside the zone and gets into a shoving match with Chad Kilger. Griesbach head to center. Odette taken into the boards by Alfredson. Here's Chera back to get it. Ahead to center. Brunet along the boards. Down to the Montreal line. Markov off the glass, back out. And here is Perreault to the line. Sends it across for Odette. It slides under his stick. Todd White backhands it off the glass, back out to center.
Now we're going to see this Montreal Canadian team just put 4 in the neutral zone, send 1 in.
Halftime, not even 1.
Not even 1.
5 in the neutral zone. No forecheck. All defense. Ylonen jumps in on top of Odette to try and stall the breakout. Decision just heaves it back in. Ylonen and Markov tie up. Here's Reveille. Can't catch up to it. Arvidsson off the boards. Here's Arvidsson. Sends one in, that drifts wide to the corner. Now McCullough. Puts it back to the corner. Sean Van Allen runs the puck to the other corner for Gino Ojic. Ojic fires it back the other way. Sato hustles to get there, can't hold it in. From the neutral zone, Iverson again backhands it deep in the zone. Theodore out of the net, round the boards. Here's Kentel. Gets it ahead to center. That creates a 2-on-1, broken up by Chera. Van Allen. Back to Saray, who drifted down inside the Ottawa zone. Phillips off the boards with it now. Phillips ahead to McCullough. Now Chera. Lead pass to the line. Jody Hull tips it in. Hertberger goes in to chase it. Tangles with Sheldon Saray. He's trying to build some momentum off the power play goal from Sean McEachran. Now Saray back to the net. Kentel off the boards and back out. And the puck hits somebody on the Montreal bench, so we get a whistle. Let's have a look at our second period summary, brought to you by McDonald's.
It's all Montreal. Dacko with his 15th and a terrific feed from Kilger. Craig Rivet on a blast from the point from Gilmore and Zednik, and then Zednik on a solo effort that beat Patrick Lalime between the legs, and the shots, as you can see, were in Montreal's favor by 1. Here's McEachran's goal. Let's have a look at it now. He's on his knees in front of the net. And it looks like he is the last one to touch it, but once again, very difficult to tell from that angle.
From that angle, judging by the celebration, it appeared Marian Hossa thought he had scored.
Yeah, he may have tapped it in himself.
If there is an official change, we'll certainly bring it to you. Here's Juno now.
As far as the Senators are concerned, the bottom line is they're on the board.
Breaking the shutout bid. Jose Theodore, who of course is tied for second in the league in shutouts. And tied with Patrick Lalime. He will hold on to that one as Bonk is run to the side of the net by Brisebois. And now we get some pushing and shoving and a modicum of the old will spilling over.
And more emotion by Ottawa here. And you get the feeling that the coaching staff in the room had a bit to say to the Ottawa Senators after the second period of play. Jacques Martin does not look like a very happy coach at the moment.
21,273 here at the Molson Center tonight. A sellout. Scalpers before the game asking for $600 a pair for tickets, and apparently getting it.
Man, as I said early in the show, it's like that old Montreal feel in the city. And it was all day today in terms of that spark when you know there's a Montreal Canadiens game. Lots of people outside of the building very early, lots of autograph seekers. And as you mentioned, Dean, a few scalpers.
Yes. And the emotion that poured out of this building to open the game, the ovation for Saku Koivu, immense. Decision with a shot doesn't get through. Talked to former Senators captain Laurie Boschman, who of course is doing the radio broadcast tonight with Gord Wilson on Sports Radio 1200 The Team. Asked him if he'd ever seen anything like it. He said, quite frankly, yes, I have. He said, I was playing for New Jersey the night that Mario Lemieux came back. It was a game against New Jersey. He said, that was unbelievable. 2-on-1, Perreault in front, gets the pass, scores!
Oh, Montreal really showing their speed tonight. And it's off the rush again. Ottawa had to take some chances here to get back in this game. Salo holds the line. And where does he go? He just gets beat. Throw going right to the net. Stick is on the ice. And a perfect pass here by Donald Adet. Right over the stick. Oh, right under the tape. And a real nice pickup by Yannick Perreault, who now has 27 goals in the season.
Gino Ojic gets one of the assists. He now has 2 in 2 games, which for Gino is a legitimate streak.
Perreault just blew right by Salo. Salo was a question mark tonight with a bit of a sore shoulder, but he skated this morning, said he was all right. He's in the lineup.
Gilmore with a steal. Petrov in front trying to feed it to Zednik. Couldn't get it there. Here's Gilmore again back in the net. Phillips forced to go chase him. And they battle for it. Now Yolonen all over Zednik. Gilmore again. Yolonen goes to him. Here's Petrov. Petrov back of the net for Zednik. To the point. Held in there by Rivet. Now Ottawa down to the Montreal line. Here's Yolonen with McCullough. Yolonen puts the brakes on. Sends one to the net. It bounces high in the air. Glove down. 90 in the point. Fires it back into the fray. Loose puck in front. Everybody swinging at McCullough. Chops it into the glass. Here's Ricard Pearson. Floats it back down inside the Montreal end. Markov surveying his options. Not finding one he likes. He just rattles it off the boards back down ice. Pearson will touch it up. Icing the call. And they face off back in the Montreal zone. 4-1 Habs lead here in the third. Stay with us. You're watching Molson Canadiens Senators hockey on the new RO.
There's never been a better time to rediscover Niagara Falls. Call to book your Niagara getaway package today.
Last year, Canada's #1 selling minivan passed another milestone. Dodge Caravan became Canada's #1 selling vehicle. It passed the competition by introducing firsts like dual airbags and dual sliding doors. And now, for the first time ever on our most popular Caravan, Dodge introduces the Quad Convenience Package, including quad seating, CD player, and remote entry. Another reason Dodge Caravan has passed every car and truck in Canada. Offer ends soon. See your neighborhood Chrysler Dodge Jeep retailer now.
Hey, what, dude! Hey, you're Joe Thornton, man! That's the new Externo, Joe. Want to try it on? I'll get it. I will. No, I will. It's all tricked out with the Externo Scale and Reflex bar. That increases stability. And flexibility. And the fit system that conforms to your foot.
Introducing the CCM Externo. Innovation meets intimidation.
Cool. I'll take them.
Check out our hotspots. Call for your Toronto guide.
Sounders down by a trio of goals here in the third period. Against the Montreal Canadiens team that in the last 7 games has played boa constrictor defense. Here's Bonk. It's taken down along the boards. Back to the point it comes and out to center. Here's Dacker. Yanni Hermé will knock it down and sweep it back of the net. Shane Knighty now. Dishes it off. Pearson out to center. Bonk down the line. Winds, doesn't fire, moves in, gets a shot or a glove. Saved by Theodore.
He's making it look easy, and it wasn't. And a good play to change the angle here, and a nice rush by Radek Bonk. Now he sees Theodore way out. He keeps his head up, tries to change the angle. And it wasn't even a contest as Theodore saw it all the way and watched it go right into his glove. Let's not forget tonight, Wade Redden not in the lineup, and this is a very different looking blue line for the Ottawa Senators without their star player. And I mean star player, you really notice it when Redden isn't in the lineup.
Redden out suffering the effects of the flu. Shot knocked down the front. Here's Chris Neal trying to get through traffic with the puck. And it was steered away by Gilmore. Petrov now. He's taken in by Lucian. Back in front again. Neal scores!
And the Ottawa Senators still hanging around in this game, and Neal with a good play in front. Good pressure by the Senators. Here comes Curtis Decision. We talked about how Ottawa has to activate their blue line being down, and Jody Hull with a beautiful pass finds Neal, who fans on it but gets enough of the puck to get it through. Theodore. Good pass by Hull. Good hands here by Neal to get enough of the puck to beat the goaltender, and Curtis Decision did all the work with that pinch all the way down the half board. And we're going to see some 2-on-1s in this period, but that's how Ottawa has to play, try and climb back in. They've still got a lot of time here.
Puck floats high in the air, up and out of play, and a face-off back in the neutral zone, fairly close to the Montreal line.
And this game is far from over here. Montreal sitting back a little bit too much, and Ottawa coming on much more than they did the first two periods.
As Chris Neal in his rookie season goes to double digits in goals with his 10th of the year. His first in 9 games.
Koivu, by the way, just 6 minutes and 23 seconds after 2 periods, 9 shifts.
So about on the minute mark that you talked about in the opening of the show, as discussed with the coach. 8-10 minutes a game, maybe as many as 12. Here's Hossa off the boards. His shot scores! Oh, what a shot by Hossa. Rang both bells.
Now the pressure's on Montreal. This is more like it. This is the way the Ottawa Senators can play and have been playing for a couple of weeks, for the most part. And again, all you got to do is skate and work in this game, and good things happen. And there's the shooter. Ottawa skates. They work. They get possession of the puck. Good puck support by Hossa, waiting for the loose puck. And he just fires it and gets it right off the post and in. And no chance for Theodore.
Not one post, but both. Rings both bells as Hossa scores his 30th.
And now here comes a timeout by the Montreal Canadiens. He was looking one more time at that perfect shot. And Michel Therrien just called a timeout. Marian Hossa with another terrific season. 30 goals once again. By the way, the Washington Capitals have won tonight. 3-1, so they're not technically out of this race yet.
Well, the last time the Montreal Canadiens gave up 3 goals in a game was against Nashville last month, and they lost 5-1. And since then, they have not given up more than 2 goals in a game, and that only happened once. The rest were all either a shutout or 1 goal against games. Here's Hossa again. Hossa in front, loses the puck. Phillips fires. Somehow Theodore gets his stick on it. Or was it his face? There's another shot. Theodore makes the save. It made a sound. It was either his head or the stick, but something hard.
I think you're right, Dean. It was his head. And Theodore had the scramble mode. Yep, right in the noggin, as you can see the way he adjusts his mask, although Theodore does that all the time. And the Ottawa Senators continue to press Montreal here. Here's a chance. And you know, Chris Phillips would love to have that back because he had all kinds of room in the top half of the net.
Well, clearly the pleadings of the coaching staff from Ottawa during the intermission have worked.
There it is. There's another angle, and sometimes you got to use your head. Bing.
So Jose Theodore with one of the patented melon saves.
Not melon, melon.
Oftentimes it's the same thing, Greg.
Exactly.
Although with the mask that you still wear, that would have cut you open for 11.
It might have.
And don't give me that, well, yeah, but it's the same one Hashett wears. On him, it looks good. On you, you kind of look like that Martian from Bugs Bunny.
Well, the good news is I don't wear it. I don't wear it anymore. And Hossa, of course, back-to-back 30-goal years. Not bad. 29 the year before that, and he's become a solid 30-goal man in this league, period. One of these years, you know he's going to break out and get more than that.
So far in this last stretch, Hossa with 5 goals and 4 helpers in the last 13 games. Cantel shot gloved down by Hermé, but he couldn't seal it up. It quickly cleared out. Now Lasician throws it down to the line and floats it to the corner. Alfredson along the boards. Tries to spin away from Saray and does. Arvidsson back up front again, but Alfredson couldn't get a stick on it. And the Canadiens break back up ice. Here's Koivu on the wing. Koivu cuts in, dumps it off. Perreault! His shot knocked down by Hermé. He'll hold on.
Every time Saku Koivu touches a puck, this place explodes. And he explodes with his good speed. As he takes off down the wing. Eddie Hermé's looked a little shaky so far in this game. He third period. Of course, he came in. Here's Koivu with the fine speed we talked about. We've talked about it for years. Yannick Perreault with a quick release. And Yenny Hermé, however, does a good job of making sure the rebound does not go out on that one.
Here's Patrick Lalime looking on. Now, if you're wondering why we're not giving you constant updates on the shot clock, it's because if you look at the banners, and obviously there are a ton of them here in Montreal, they raise and lower them for concerts. They have lowered them too much after the last concert to the point where we on this side of the building can't see the shot clock. Chera, his shot, can't save, loose puck, Theodore holds on.
Well, we just saw, however, that's the 9th shot against Theodore in this period, and he played just about 9 minutes. Let's have a look at the last chance now. Ottawa getting their speed going, starting to skate, starting to work. Defense are joining the attack. And it's not a very simple game if you don't want to work and pay the price. It becomes a lot easier when you do. Senators this third period have been much better.
Jacques Martin using hand signals and from long range communicating with Radek Bonk. We'll take this face off. Bonk wins it clean. Here's Phillips. Along the boards, works it low. Bonk sealed in by Dykos. McKechnie comes in to try and dig it free with Juno. Sends it to the corner. Out to center. Hoseman dishes it off to Phillips. Flips it down inside the Montreal end. Bouncing puck. Dykos turns it back the other way. Ottawa changing, and here's Shane Knighty through the neutral zone. Eddie Hull sweeps it down towards the Montreal line. Gets by Knighty. Here's Gilmore trying to get the pass off to Pilger. Can't do it as Pilger comes in and lays a sturdy check on Shane Knighty that blows the clips off the board. So next stoppage in play, the Crews will be able to replace the clips at the top of the glass. Pilger, a big lad at 6'4", 224, so when he puts the shoulder on somebody, you know, rattle some glass awards.
Today's comment on is, I remember him when he played for the Edmonton Oilers, Pilger, because he hit me in a game and knocked me out for 52 games. And a lot of Canadian players will tell you this kid can really hit. When he hits, it hurts.
Native of Cornwall, Ontario. From center, Rivet heaves it down inside the Ottawa end. On the boards, Gilmore seals up 90. Neal comes in and takes the puck away from Petrov. Hertberger chops it back out to center. Rivet, his pass knocked down. Alfredson down to the line. Alfredson cuts in his shot. Off the leg of Markov, and that stung him. He is wounded but stays out there. Markov. Salo winds, fires right on. Save is made. Rebound cleared by Zednik. Back out to center. Arvidsson down to the line. Yolonen couldn't get by Gino Ojic. On the boards. Everybody's swinging at it. Now Zednik finally gets it down inside the Ottawa end. Lysyshin with Ojic chasing him along the boards to Salo. Salo out to center. Yolonen, as Lindsay came across the rink wide to run at Yolonen, spun him around like a top. Now Lindsay collides with Lysyshin, but with not nearly the same effect.
Hard play by Lysyshin to plank himself and let Lindsay just bounce right off him.
Now Lindsay. Souray floats it in. 8:40 to go here in the third. Ottawa down by only a goal after trailing 3-0 after 40 minutes.
4-1 at one point in this third period.
Now Hossa. High in the air, heaves it to the corner. Brisebois to get it. Brisebois along the boards, tied up by McKechnie. Bonk swings it back to the net. Dykhouse hustles to get it. Hossa tries to get there first. They tangle in the corner for it. On the board, Zednik. Finally it comes free. Bonk racing to the corner to beat Brisebois to it and does. Now Hossa back out front again. Tried to feed Phillips. Intercepted and up ice tackle. Pickpocketed by Bonk as he comes back nicely to knock it away from Andy Dacker.
Senators right now are skating the Canadiens right into the ground.
McCall, nice pass to Benoit Brunet. Brunet drives wide. trying to get it back in front. Markov steals it as he was hooked up by Odette. Out to center now. Here's Ricard Pearson, denied it. Ahead to McCall, tries to tip it in, and does. Puck comes free. It's cleared back out of the zone by Yannick Perreault down to the Ottawa line. Now Pearson. Ahead to Todd White, who kicks it back to Pearson. Out to center. White down to the line, floats it in.
The cries of Saku in the building as he's on the ice.
Markov flips it ahead. It bounces by Koivu and cleared back out to center and down the Montreal line by Shane Knight. Now Cantel through the middle. Petrov takes the feed from Koivu. Lucian steals and again clears it. Cantel waits for everyone to clear, sends it back to the line. And now Neal knocks it down inside the zone. Goes in to chase it. Theodore out of the net. Runs it along the boards. Jody Hull knocks it down. Hull along the boards. Takes the hit from Cantel. Now Surrey picks it up. Bats it ahead out to center for Petrov. Petrov to the line. Turns, tries to get it to Zednik. It floats by him to the corner. Curtis Lucian now for the Senators. To Neal. Neal loses the puck. Petrov avoided by Salo, but no penalty call, much to the chagrin of the Montreal faithful. Here's Gilmore to the line for Zednik. Can't get in again. Puck is knocked out of midair back to the line. Now Gilmore shovels it to the Ottawa zone. Phillips knocks it down. Out to center. Here's Alfredson. Cross ice. Sheriff picks it up and bangs it down inside the Montreal end. Off the boards. Phillips reaches for it. Fires it through. Now cleared by Zednik. Back down to the Ottawa end. Here's Sheriff. Trying to get away from the forecheck of Sean Van Allen. Cross ice to center. And that is a two-line offside. Jacques Martin's got his team going here in the third, but do they have enough to come back all the way? Down by a goal here in the third.
Log on to the Ottawa Senators website at www.ottawasenators.com and score with the official Ottawa Senators MasterCard. Apply from the comfort of your home or office. A fantastic celebration. Apply today.
What do I like at McDonald's? Come on, the original, the Grand Poobah, the Big Mac.
Tell them about the lid thing.
Oh yeah, you know how you put fries in the lid of a Big Mac box? I started that.
Your McDonald's favorites at a price you'll love. Buy any size fry and drink and get a Big Mac. Big Extra. Or filet of fish for only 98 cents.
Still here?
Exercising a little imagination makes home fitness whatever you want it to be. Visit Fitness Depot, Canada's home fitness superstore.
Log on to the Ottawa Senators website at www.ottawasenators.com and score with the official Ottawa Senators MasterCard. Apply from the comfort of your home or office. A fantastic celebration. Apply today.
Well, the Ottawa Senators here with 5:38 to go have a chance because they've got the Montreal Canadiens on their heels. And they're doing all the little things that we've been talking about that they haven't been doing the last couple of weeks all of a sudden. And one of them is just plain working.
Well, they played well enough in period one. In period two,
not well enough.
Giveaways basically killed them.
One bad goal on the lead. One goal that we'd like to have back for sure.
There's a giveaway side of the net. McKechnie can't get it back in front to Hossa. Hossa. Back to the point. Phillips, one-timer. His shot right on. Theodore the save, and he'll hold on.
It's all about pressure. And the forecheck. You're skating. You're getting involved. And when you have team speed like Ottawa does, you're going to get loose pucks. McKechnie with his good speed works the puck down low. Hossa now in high traffic area to get it back. And the end result, a good shot on goal. Bonk trying to tip it. I'd like to see Radek Bonk perhaps going a little harder than what he just did there. However, good work by McEachran to get the puck back.
Off the draw, here is Alfredsson along the boards. Works it low to Arvidsson. Arvidsson tries to sprint away from Pintel. Arvidsson walks out. Salo winds, fires, blocked on the way to the net by Zednik. Clears it out to center. Pass too far for Petrov to reach. And Zednik has now broken his stick. Cross-ice pass. White into the zone. Dumps it back. Alfredsson winds, fires. That one knocked down by Craig Rivet, and he was stung by that one. He limps back to the Montreal bench. Petrov knocks the puck down. And we'll get a face-off when we return. Canadiens up by a goal late in the third. You're watching Molson Canadiens Senators hockey.
Tell your kids to stay in and get some fresh air. Toyota Highlander. Now all roads are created equal. Accept it. You belong outside.
When you think of Italy, you think of things like cars that think they can fly. The latest fashions. You girls appreciate great taste. Want to go to Subway? Italy. That's where Subway came up with the idea for the new roasted garlic on Italian. Come on.
Our new roasted garlic on Italian is delicious. We start with classic Italian bread, sprinkle garlic powder, and select spices on top and bake it all together. It's one of Subway's 2 new gourmet breads.
Maybe in your next lifetime, guys.
Subway!
Greg Rivet leaves the building after getting hit with a puck. Right? Probably in the laces. Let's have a look and see where he gets it. Yep. And that hurts. You get that puck right on the laces. It is not very much fun. I was talking to you, Dean, before the break. I still don't know why players don't wear ankle guards in situations like that. Rivet's a defensive defenseman, and I don't get it. I know it's a macho thing. We've heard Don Cherry talk about it, and I agree with him on that one.
Well, you don't even... With the number of sticks and pucks and elbows in this league, it still amazes me there are oodles of players who don't wear mouth guards. So, before you get to ankle guards, you got a long way to go just to get them all to wear mouth guards.
At least if you get your tooth knocked out in a game, you can come back and play normally, but you can't say the same often if you get one in the foot. That sometimes costs you games, weeks, months. Now, a little face-off alignment scrum going on here right now by the Ottawa Senators as Radek Bonk has been unbelievable. Let me try that again on the face-off circle tonight. He's won 19 and only lost 9. And this is why, at the moment, he is setting up his face-off alignment with his teammates. And you have to think that Marian Host is going to end up walking across the top of the circle. He just added 2 seconds to the clock. If it goes right back to Pearson, look for Host here. Well, they went to Nighty instead, which surprised me completely. Maybe that's why he's winning so many. He had me fooled.
McEachran falls, gets back up, pokes it ahead to Hossa. Jacques Martin has given this line lots of ice time. This has been Ottawa's best line. Here's Hossa with a steal, sends it front of the net. Picked off by Brisebois. Clears it off the glass, but not out. Pearson winds, fires, the knuckleballer goes wide.
Rivet, by the way, is back on the bench now. And he went for a walk and seems to be all right.
Here's Bonk now out to center, pass in behind Arvidsson. Pintel sends the puck ahead. And a bunch up in the neutral zone right in front of the Montreal bench. Here's Chris Phillips now. Phillips. Arvidsson tips it ahead for White. White Can't get in around Pentel. And the Canadiens get it back out as Petrov sends it off the boards back to the neutral zone. Montreal now trying to reestablish their prevent defense. The Senators still coming at them. Vermey leaves it side of the net for Chera. Ahead to Phillips. Phillips bouncing it ahead. Now Brunet to Alfredson. Alfredson down to the line. As the puck stolen away from him and cleared out to center. Gilmore backhands it from the neutral zone down to the line. Alfredson back the other way. To the wing, inside the zone. Yolonen dumps it back. Salo, his shot goes off a stick into the corner. Ojic and Alfredson. Ojic comes out with it. Clears it to the corner. Here's Brisebois now. Shoves it ahead along the boards. Lindsay tries to tie up Salo and is successful. Off the bench. And Allen intercepts. And now Dykos. Out to center, to the wing for Ojic. Bouncing it down inside the Ottawa end. Yanni Hermé wanders way out of the net to play. Clears it along the boards. Ojic fires it back to the open corner. 90 off the boards out to center. As the puck goes up and out of play into the Montreal bench. Well, let's have a look now at our Sony PlayStation 2 player profile, brought to you by Sony.
Well, tonight, an obvious one. Saku Koivu, who walks into the building here. Played about 6.5 minutes after 2 periods of play. He's had a few shifts here in this 3rd period. Quite a night, and his buddy Rivet, who he walked into the building with, scored, and look at the reaction. And that really does sum up the evening right there. Quite a night. Saku Koivu got an incredible ovation, obviously, to start the game. It was an emotional moment for all of us. Congratulations, Saku. That's all I can say. A remarkable, remarkable test of courage and strength.
Well, by our count, scoring chances right now in favor of Ottawa in this game, 9-8. And the chances one apart, as are the goals. Right now, Ottawa down by 1. Leading 4-3 here in the 3rd. And time now the major enemy for the Senators. 98 seconds remaining and counting. Along the boards, Arvidsson. Hossa knocks it down. Bonk, bouncing puck, trying to get it to the net. Phillips back at the point. Tries to feed it along the boards to Hossa. Cleared out by Joey Juna. Now Chera to the line. Yanni Hermé looking to the bench. Here's Bonk. Back in front again. McEachran couldn't get a stick on it. Chera comes in to keep it alive. Holger from his knees clears it back down ice. Phillips back to touch it up. Icing the call. A face-off back in the Montreal zone.
Hey, officer! I drove away without paying. Woo!
Yeah.
I drove away without paying.
That's nice.
Hey, I drove away without paying.
Can't wait till this thing is over. Same here.
Now you can drive away without paying at your GM dealers with 0 down payment, 0 security deposit, and 0 first lease payment on more vehicles than ever.
Hey, officer! I drove away without paying.
The Drive Away Without Paying event at your GM dealers.
You win fabulous prizes and a chance to travel with the Senators next season. Visit the slots at Rideau Carlton Raceway between March 15th and April 15th for your chance to win.
Well, neither team with a timeout left. Yanni Hermé now on the bench. The goal is empty. And no Radek Bonk taking this faceoff, which I'm a little bit surprised at the way he has owned the faceoff circle tonight.
Jacques Martin trying to make a late change, but it was back on defense. He sent Phillips out while Lucian was out there, and the change has been waved off. Lucian stays out.
Waits 4 for 4 in the draws after 2 periods. He loses that one. The Ottawa's gained possession with a jump.
Salo along the boards. Gilmore tries to clear it. Hossa knocks it down. Here's Hossa. Tries to send it to the net. Gilmore knocks it down. Arvidsson back at the goal. Leaves it for Alfredson. Zednik clears it out to center. Shallow in his own zone, trying to get away from the check and gives it away. Zednik with an open net. Can't get it to the goal as White stymies that attempt. Now Alfredson with no helmet. Into Hossa. Hossa speeds in, gets a shot away. It goes wide. Off the board, Zednik. Clears it back out. Van Allen. And in behind the play, Alfredson gets in a good left hand as he and Griesbach go at it. And Alfredson takes him down. Daniel Alfredson getting into a tussle with Doug Gilmour, not Griesbach, my mistake. And the two of them exchanging punches.
And I don't blame you for making that mistake, Dean, because you don't see Gilmour fight very often, or Daniel Alfredson. Now watch the middle of your screen. Here comes Gilmour. And he just nails Alfredson. A very dangerous play by Doug Gilmour. Alfredson goes right after him now. You can't see that side of your screen. And they both saw it off just like a bunch of fighters. And who gets this first one in? Whoa! Daniel Alfredson might have got one in at the end of that fight.
Well, the first jab to the throat certainly knocked Gilmour backwards. Whether it connected as a punch, it certainly took him off balance. But Alfredson did get a shot in.
But again, we talked about the passion and emotion that Jacques Martin's team has been missing. We've seen it in this third period, and that's good news for the next couple of games if they can keep it going now and jump into the playoffs this way.
Well, coming up Thursday, Senators and the Boston Bruins right here on the new RO. And also, don't forget, you can be at that game. Family night, 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 soft drinks, starting at just $99. Great seats still available. Call Ticketmaster, the number right there on the bottom of your screen, 755-1166.
Now Radek Box out on the ice. 22 seconds to go in regulation time. Are the Montreal Canadiens 22 seconds away from a playoff spot for the first time in a long, long time.
A 4-year absence from the postseason for the Montreal Canadiens. So they can hold on. Off the draw, puck is cleared into the zone. Here's Cantel. Off the glass. Bouncing puck, knocked down. Side of the net, Theodore holds on as Benoit Brunet is shoved aside by Sheldon Surrey. Then Bonk comes in. Surrey gives him a poke. Kilger comes in. Yapping ensues.
Bonk against Juno. Now Juno hasn't won a draw against him all night. And now we're going to see Perreault out in the ice. That doesn't surprise me. The best face-off man in the National Hockey League. That's over 60% on the draws, and I'm surprised I haven't seen him before this.
Alfredson got 2 for cross-checking, 5 for fighting. Gilmour got 2 for tripping and 5 for fighting. The trip or the hip check, whatever you want to call it, away from the play is what lit the fuse on Alfredson as he got very angry and went back at Gilmour. Off the drop, Bonk wins it. Phillips loses the puck. Clear back down ice, it goes wide. Phillips hustling to try and get there, does. Gets the icing call on a faceoff back in the Montreal zone. 4.8 seconds remaining in regulation time.
And again, the Senators win the draw, but don't get a chance to score. And they've still got some time. Perreault again against Bonk. A clean win. And the Senators have one more shot at it. Salo's ready and cocked here. See if Bonk comes around.
Off the draw. Salo winds, fires, rips it wide. Side of the net. Shot by Brunet is too high. And the disappointment the Senators feel is only a fraction of the jubilation the Montreal Canadiens feel on the night when Saku Koivu comes back to the ice. The Montreal Canadiens seal a playoff spot for the first time in 4 years. The Habs and their captain will go back to the postseason as it did at the beginning of this game, emotion pours from the stands here in Montreal.
And the Senators had a chance. Salo just misses the net. Benoit Brunet with an excellent chance as well. He misses the net. And Theodore says, hey, boys, we're in the playoffs. And you know what? They're in, and they could do some damage. They've got great goaltending. They're on an emotional high with this gentleman right here back. And this could prove very interesting, folks. This postseason this year, looking the Boston Bruins right in the face.
An everyday occurrence had gone MIA in the last 4 years, but now the Canadiens back in the playoff hunt. Senators down by a goal. And that's the way it stands. Montreal wins.
With the versatility of a Chevrolet Venture, your family will not only do more together, they'll do it more easily. Drive away without paying. 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first payment. Chevrolet Venture.
Hey, what, dude? Hey, you're Joe Thornton, man. That's the new external, Joe. Want to try it on? I'll get it. I will. No, I will. It's all tricked out with the external scale and reflex bar. That increases stability. And flexibility. And the fit system that conforms to your foot.
Introducing the CCM Externo. Innovation meets intimidation.
Cool. I'll take them. Crown Royal on the rocks, please.
You know, they say when you're blind, all your other senses become heightened.
Wow. Crown Royal, yes. It's that smooth.
Seeing is believing, and it's never been so clear. And it's never been
Noxzema
so
Deep cleans the stuff the #1 foaming face wash leaves behind. Noxzema H2 Foam. Believe it when you see it.
To recognize an employee for a job well done, Lou has found the perfect reward. Thelma wishes she could turn that recognition into a pair of tickets to an Ottawa Senators game. Lou just doesn't get it. Maybe she should have told Lou she preferred Senators tickets to exotic fruit. Hockey season is business season. Ice your price now on Senators playoff and season tickets.
Thinking about a truck? Well, General Motors sells more trucks and SUVs than any other manufacturer. And for a limited time, we're kicking it into high gear with a big deal on virtually every Chevy and GMC truck and SUV. So what is this big deal? We're throwing in your automatic transmission at no charge. Thousands of trucks and SUVs, all with no charge automatic. Only during the high gear truck and SUV event at your GM dealers.
Well, let's have a look at our McDonald's third period summary.
Well, it was all Ottawa to start the period and throughout the period. McEachern with his 15th, and Pro answers with his 27th, and then Neal makes it close again. And look at the shots on goal in the third period. Ottawa 12-3, a host, of course, at 7:23, made it a one-goal game, but that was it, as the Montreal Canadiens are now in the playoffs.
Let's have a look at our 3 stars, brought to you by Molson Canadian. Richard Zednick, our 3rd star. Marian Hoss, our 2nd star. And just for being on the ice, and actually the same selection here in the building, Saku Koivu, our 1st star of the evening. Those are your Molson Canadian 3 stars. We'll take a break, back with more in just a moment. Stay with us. Senators lose by a goal as Saku Koivu comes back to buoy his team to victory. You're watching Molson Canadian Senators Hockey.
So you're from Canada?
Yeah.
Do you know Glenn from Canada? He works in an office in Canada. He plays hockey. You know, he says A a lot.
Of course, Office Glenn. He's dead.
I am Canadian.
Log on to the Ottawa Senators website at www.ottawasenators.com and score with the official Ottawa Senators MasterCard. Apply from the comfort of your home or office. A fantastic celebration. Apply today.
Come for the city lights. It's a whole new season. for your mix and match guide.
You are looking at Cars Auto Auction. It's cars, trucks, and vans as far as the eye can see. But you don't have to wait until their auction. It's like this every day. 7 days a week, you get quality used vehicles at a fraction of the price of what you'd pay elsewhere. And you are not going to believe these prices. Over 200 vehicles, Hondas, Toyotas, Mazda, GM, Ford, Chrysler, domestics, and imports. They're all here at Cars Auto Auction, Carp Road at Hazeltine, right here, right now. Why aren't you?
Look at you, you're walking. Look at you. Are you amazing?
Log on to the Ottawa Senators website at www.ottawasenators.com and score with the official Ottawa Senators MasterCard. Apply from the comfort of your home or office. A fantastic celebration. Apply today.
Like somewhere to chill this weekend? Call for your Ontario guide.
Canadian, please.
Ooh, Mr. Canadian. Mr. Canuck.
Where's your pet beaver? Right here. Attack.
I am Canadian! Well, let's now smell the sweat. Brought to you by Molson Exports. Molson Canadian Senators Hockey is brought to you by Molson Canadian. It's a Canadian game. By the all-new Chevy 2002 Avalanche, the ultimate utility vehicle. By Air Canada, the official airline of the Ottawa Senators. By McDonald's. There's a little McDonald's in everyone. And by the Casino de Hall, world-class entertainment. Stay right here on the new RO. Coming up, Steve Lloyd and Ken Aver will take your calls and questions, both here on the new RO and on Sports Radio 1200 The Team on our post-game show. Our Vice President of Broadcasting, Jim Steele, our producer, Scott Mitchell, our director, John Sapal, on behalf of Greg Milne and the whole crew, thanks again for joining us. Third
export des Canadiens à...
Final score again here in Montreal. 4-3, Habs win. We'll see you at the rink.
Corner. Hello, my name is Chris LaBelle, and we just took photos at the Chateau Laurier. I want to be the next male Britney Spears.
Le manteau noir de la télé.
J'ai reçu des fleurs.
About a girl like you, you know you make me feel so good. I just don't know what to do. Everything's gonna be alright once I move on. Oh, you're like an open door. Okay, that's one of the songs that I wrote. My second song goes.
who's not even 20 years of age, will be okay. So 2-1 late in the third period right now. Another big game for the Blues, but a terrible blow there delivered by Reed Lowe to the head of Scott Hartnell.
Well, a cheap shot for sure, but you know, Scott Hartnell's got to keep his head up as well. That was one thing. He had his head down the whole time, and you know, Lowe took him and ran him in the turnbuckle.
Intentionally,
there.
right?
Well, cheap play. I'm just saying, but one thing about Hartnell, kept his head down all the time. That's one thing in the NHL compared to playing junior. You got to get used to keeping your head up. I mean, that's the one thing.
Gives me 30 times
at a time. Pieces of all.
Fish balls, meatballs, chicken balls.
Oh, slides by, doesn't touch.
In the neighborhood that I live in.
I like the financial report.
Avec Jean Lapierre.
Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir. La table est mise pour lancer des méga-projets hydroélectriques dans le nord québécois, puisqu'après l'entente d'octobre avec les Cris, aujourd'hui, on a signé avec les Inuits. D'ailleurs, André Caillé, le PDG d'Hydro-Québec, vient nous parler.
Looking in on the new RO. This is the Tommy Lefebvre Senators post-game show on the new RO and the Team 1200 radio network. After this 4-3 Habs win over the Ottawa Senators tonight at the Molson Center, Steve Lloyd and Ken Aver with you, ready to take your phone calls, questions, and also your emails as well, as the Sens have dropped back-to-back games now to the Montreal Canadiens. But having said all this, Ken, really what this game was about was Saku Koivu returning to the Montreal lineup for the first time 7 months after being diagnosed with cancer. What a story. The sound at the start of the game, the pregame warm-up, when they announced him as a starter, when they went to drop the puck at center ice, it was a magical moment in Montreal.
It got to the point where for Saku, I think it was almost embarrassing. He laced up, he wanted to play hockey, and the ovations and the reception he had gotten from the fans, and well-deserved, without a doubt, but at the same time, you could tell that he was antsy. He just wanted to get playing because he probably thought, no, this is a huge distraction from the hockey team, knowing this team is one win away from clinching the postseason. But when push came to shove, they showed up. Saku, it was great to see him back there playing. The Canadiens are a very good hockey team. They weren't a very good hockey team at the start of the season, but they really pulled it together. And they're a team, yes, they're going to be an 8th-place team, more likely going into the playoffs, but they're a team that's going to have to be dealt with. And if the Flyers or the Bruins end up facing them and not playing good hockey, they could be in trouble going into Montreal, where the fans, boy, they were really fired up.
Yeah, okay, but just before we get to the phone calls, and we're going to get to an email, but just before we get to some highlights here, Ken, email us at senshockey@team1200.com. This one coming from William. Thanks for the email, William. Hey, guys, do you think the Habs have a chance at the Cup? I've noticed over the years that motivational things come up and help lead teams to the Stanley Cup, such as when the Pittsburgh head coach, Bob Johnson, died, and they won the Cup, when Detroit lost Vladimir Konstantinov, and they won the Cup. Now, perhaps, Koivu's recovery from cancer, Stanley Cup. He says, although I sure hope not. William, obviously a Senators fan. Yeah. You know what? Koivu's return is great, but if I'm playing the Montreal Canadiens in the playoffs, I'm worried about Jose Theodore.
Yeah.
He is the man right now, and he's a superstar in this league. He's really emerged, and when you rate the goaltenders, Ken, in the Eastern Conference, for all the teams that are in, he's number one.
And it's not even, there's not even really a close second. He's been hot, and it's almost like when you watch baseball and they talk about guys who are in the zone, and a hitter will tell you that if he's seeing the ball, well, it looks like a beach ball, and when he's not seeing the ball, well, it looks like an ashbird coming from the pitcher's mound. You can just tell that Jose is bang on. He's very comfortable. He's moving well with the puck, and Greg Millen alluded to that during the telecast. And he's just a guy who's playing really well, and I like the fact that he's got that confidence, because a lot of goalies have been run out of Montreal.
Yeah,
confidence problems as far as especially French-Canadian goalies.
Well, they've been very patient with Jose Theodore, too, unlike with some other goaltenders.
And having Roland Melanson there, a guy who's played under some pressure as well, has really helped Jose Theodore. And right now, they're getting the type of goaltending that's going to get them into the postseason and maybe past that first round. The Sens, there may be a question mark regarding Patrick Lalime. He was told last week that he'd be the number one, and he's kind of struggled, especially tonight.
Well, just the last 2 games, he was pretty solid up until that stretch. But this home and home with the Habs, he had that soft goal in the power play with Patrice Brisebois the other night at the Corral Center, and Lalime was definitely not very sharp tonight. And Yanni Gourmet did come on to play the 3rd period of tonight's hockey game. He wasn't really tested. The one goal that got by him, 2-on-1, beautiful play. Yeah. I don't think he had a chance, but I don't think you could really judge Gourmet's performance. He hardly saw any shots.
No, he didn't really see any shots. The 3rd period was really all about the Sens' performance. But maybe for Patrick Lalime, it was that French-Canadian French-Canadian goaltender going back to Montreal, facing another French-Canadian goaltender. And some guys have struggled, some guys haven't. And it seems like Patrick has really struggled the last 2 games against Montreal. Whether there's a correlation between playing the Habs and his performance, I'm not sure, but maybe people who are calling in can discuss it and touch on this subject.
Well, he loves playing the Habs, and unfortunately for him, he came out in the short end. We're going to go to the highlights now, Ken.
Yeah, and obviously the reception that Saku Koivu gets, and deservedly so. And even when the Sens players were responding by tapping their sticks up against the boards and on the ice, and recognizing that this is not about hockey. This is about a human being. This is about a person. And then the game gets going, and really Patrick Leem was sharp, I thought, for the first part of the game. There he robs Richard Zednik a point-blank shot, and he gets a piece of it. But Jose Theodore stood his ground, and he was really sharp. Here he robs Chris Neal on a shot, and for those who are on the radio, they don't get a chance to see these, but it's just a case of really momentum swings, and there's Koivu doing his thing. But I think that second period when the 2 goals within 52 seconds for the Habs, Rivet got the second one, Dackel got the first off the great feed from Killiger, really set the tone and gave the Habs a boost, and they were lucky enough to hold on.
And here's the Sens here. Radek Bonk with the wraparound attempt here. That was one of the best opportunities for the Sens in the first couple periods of play, Ken. Showed the Neal play earlier. There's also a play by Todd White in the first period. Missing the net's been a problem with the Senators of late.
Yeah,
and here's a goal for the Habs here.
Yeah.
This is Lalim got caught out of position, but in his defense, kind of a weird bounce off the end boards on that goal. That was Andy Dackel opening up the scoring.
And a great feed from Cornwall native Chad Kilger with the pass, and communication for those kids out there watching the game. Chad probably heard Andrews Dackel before he actually saw them, if he saw them at all, set up that goal as you see it here on the third replay. But really set the tone, emotions got going. But I think this is the big goal of the game when Craig Rivet lets a little howitzer go from the point and beats Patrick Leem. 2 goals real quick, and what was a very close game for the most part. All of a sudden it's opened up, and it changed the momentum, changed the type of game that was being played, and forced the Sens to, maybe it was a wake-up call for them. They responded, but unfortunately it was a case of, I don't think they necessarily got beat. They just ran out of
This
time.
goal here by Zednik, this is where Chara broke his stick and a shot the other end, so there was a man out of position. Chara's at the bench getting his stick. Somebody's caught, and that allowed Zednik to come down the wing for that goal.
And I think, I'm hoping that those people who are waiting on the phone, we're going to get to you, but I'm hoping you're seeing these highlights on TV as well. There's the McEachran goal. I thought Marian Hossa had originally scored it, but they credited Sean McEachran. But this is the goal right not too long afterwards, where Yannick Perreault takes the great feed. And you mentioned Hermé didn't really have a chance, and he didn't. The Sens pick up a couple of more goals. Curtis Lasician on the great
play
pinch.
down low.
Jody Hull to Chris Neal for, I think it was his 10th of the season.
Yep.
And then Marian Hossa would score on it. What was a great goal that I don't think Jose Theodore actually saw. And
well, Breezeball got caught in no man's land. Either block the shot or get out of the way. I'm sure that's what Theodore's telling him.
Let him see it or step in front.
And this is Daniel Alfredson going after Doug Gilmour. If you're just joining us, Gilmour went at Alfredson's knee late in this game, and Alfredson didn't like it none too much, and he challenged him to a fight.
Yeah, and it makes complete sense knowing that a guy goes after his knees that way, and that's what Gilmour had done, gone after Alfie's knees, and it's one of those things where you just got to wonder, what is he thinking?
Yeah.
And luckily Daniel's okay, and the good thing is he stepped up and gave Gilmour a couple of noogie sandwiches there. And maybe that's going to set the tone for the game against Boston, because Boston has their hands full tonight against Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Vincent Lecavalier had a big night. We'll get to that out-of-town scoreboard a little later on, but I think we're going to take some calls on this. It was good to see that there was some spark shown by the Senators in that third period as they took a little pride in their game, Ken, and it got capped off not with the victory, but with their captain, Daniel Alfredson, a guy who doesn't fight, taking matters into his own hands, and that's the kind of feistiness they're going to need in the playoffs. But they have dropped back-to-back games, both to the Montreal Canadiens, and in case you're just joining us, Saku Koivu, 8 minutes, 22 seconds, 13 shifts, no shots, no hits in this game, but just great to see number 11 back in the NHL for the Montreal Canadiens. To the phone lines we'll go. In order of the longest wait, I believe we will talk to Chris. Hi, Chris.
Steve, how you doing?
Good.
Hi, Ken.
Hey, Chris, how you doing tonight?
Not bad.
Good.
Just a couple of comments. Well, you guys sort of covered it all there when you were talking with your coverage, but the coaching situation. I can't believe Martin. He's got excited past couple of games. Like, he sat in the back of the bench there and, did I hear him swear or something? Or, no, I read his lips. But the thing is, he's kind of getting into the game. I've seen him sit back, Mr. Conservative and all that. But, finally he's, I don't know if he sort of got a wake-up call or somebody's telling him from above, let's get excited, it's time to, show your whatever you are, best coach or whatever. But I think Martin
by JV's
is Mookie Blaylock, number 10 over there, Tim McAuliffe with all the action in the NBA, and of course Major League Baseball tonight.
It was actually the original name of Pearl Jam was Mookie Blaylock.
Diaz Holland up the boards, not out. Blake holds the line. Morrison for Chubarov, still can't get the puck out by Rob Blake. Krestanovich advances the puck along the boards. Riku Hall, that is.
Involving John Gagan, Cardinal Law was under heavy pressure to step down. He responded. Like that little boy?
This week you can buy any size Sealy Platinum Deluxe mattress